Yep, this is it. We got it. We got it, boys. Where does it start?
Supposed to be. Normally, it's supposed to be at like 36.
I will be trying to crochet while this goes.
I made it too loud.
I
Sorry.
think. Maybe.
So,
we'll see.
Look, notice how it's going down. It's going down.
When does
it's
it
going
start?
down. It's going down. And then I put it back to like 38. And
It's going down.
Go down.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going
Hardware and
down
sound.
tonight.
Sound. Change system sounds. Manage audio. Huh. What's going on?
Well, I'm doing a debate. What
There we
about
go.
you?
That's what I'm doing as well. All right.
Wait. Oh no. Wait. I need to. I need to
don't
start
have
from the
Zoom
very,
desktop
very
app.
beginning.
I'm-
I need to
I'm
see
logging
the
in through
full crash
browser.
out. You skipped
Sound,
Ethan's bit. I'm not going to
communications,
Ethan's if
do
I can help it.
nothing. Oh, it is on Do Nothing. Windows can automatically adjust the volume of different sounds when you're using your PC. It is on Do Nothing.
Hold on. I think I need to make it a
So
little
why
louder.
is it not working? It still automatically lowers it.
Better. Good volume.
Google Meet will keep changing. It,
Get your
unless you're Chrome.
popcorn. Get your
No, I
soda.
know. I think
Get
it's like,
your orange juice and your desserts.
yeah. I
Settle
already
in,
have
folks.
it. I already have it on Do Nothing.
This is truly
Just
insufferable.
increase
Not
the
gonna
gain in
lie.
OBS. It doesn't matter. I think it will.
We'll see how far we can make
again.
it.
Here, let's take a look. Let's try it. Okay, I'm gonna increase the gain.
I gotta finish this
I
shit.
feel like we're gonna have a second.
Anyway, whatever. Fuck
Yeah.
it. We'll
Yeah.
do it live.
Yep.
All right, folks.
He said it. He said the
that's
thing.
enough of the dog chat. It's time.
I think it's a little loud
Welcome
now.
to the show, everybody. Hassan Biker.
Hello, Hassan Piker.
What's going on?
Hassan's a
Well,
little
I'm doing
quieter
a
than
debate.
Ethan. Okay.
What
that's
about
good.
you?
So what I'm
He is
doing as
so
well.
pissed.
All
He's so
right,
pissy.
Wait, hold on. Oh, are you gonna show me?
Can
all
I
the time
not
as well on
press
the
space
Zoom?
to pause it? Oh no, that's gonna be really
Oh,
annoying. Okay, I can press space to pause it. Good. He's being so shitty right off the bat.
Here, I can fix that. 1 second. Let me just set it to
Yeah.
Ethan's
Yeah.
output here. There you go.
If you want, just show like not just Ethan, but yourself as well. If you're gonna talk, like that's fine.
Hey,
I know it's gonna be too
Hassan,
difficult.
leave the production notes to my team.
Brother.
And you can switch your show how you like.
Well, you know,
Disgusting.
They were my coworkers as well, Ethan.
Well,
for
it's
2
been a
years.
while, my friends, and
I know.
guess what? They are not now.
No, I know.
So let's start. I mean, so you did this content cop, right? And I mean, did that go
He's wasting no fucking time. That's crazy. He is so pissed.
how you expected? It didn't seem to
Wait,
hit very hard.
Before we get started, can I lay some?
Honestly, I'll be real. It's kind of sad. I miss the old Ethan. More than anything, I am sad about the situation. Okay? Because Ethan Klein, I don't think he's a bad guy. I still don't. I don't. I think that he's confused right now. And I don't know what's going on with him. I truly don't. But I hope it gets resolved soon because I miss the old Ethan.
Like ground rules so we can have like a productive conversation.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I know
Okay,
he's a good guy
so,
deep down.
I wanted to come on to make this as issue specific as possible. But yes, you have grievances with me, and of course,
Okay.
I think they're valid to address. And
Okay,
of course,
good.
we'll talk about
That's
that.
crazy, Evan.
Hopefully, I'll be able.
You sounded so sad. No, I'm not playing it up. I am sad. It's tragic. Like, this guy was so cool and so, he fucking, partnered with Sam Cedar to take down Steven Crowder. That was a huge fucking internet meme. It still is. Like, that ruined Steven. You know? That was crazy good. And then he also debated Oliver London that one time. That was less popular, but he did a really good job against Oliver London. Like, he fucking nailed that guy. But like, yeah, I'm very upset that we don't have that Ethan right now. He's not in a good state of mind for some reason. What their main beef is, basically it comes down to Israel. Ethan goes back and forth on, I'm against Netanyahu, but also like Palestine, like I really don't know what his position is. It's not consistent. It never is. But he's mad at Hassan and calling Hassan anti-Semitic, and a bunch of stuff went on with people surrounding Hassan. But yeah, it's just sad. The whole thing sucks. But here we are. We're slurping it up because it's sweet, sweet drama sauce, okay? So might as well enjoy it for what it is.
to address some counterpoints as well, if you will allow
Sure.
me in that
Of
process.
course.
But
Absolutely.
before we get started on anything, I would like to.
I'm going to try not to pause too much. It's probably very long.
Talk about definitions so we can have like an established definition on a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
I mean, it depends how many definitions you got. What do you want to define? I don't want to get bogged down in this, so
I'm
let's.
also experiencing audio issues on my
Bogged
end, so
down.
hold on one
Sure.
second.
Go ahead. No worries. No worries.
Okay. All right, so you're
Ethan
fine
looks
with
so
that.
bad right now.
I
Like
mean,
already.
up to a point, yeah.
Well, I
Like
mean,
he came in.
like, it's
I don't want to
basic
get bogged
stuff. I'm
down
not-
in a
it's not like
conversation.
gotcha.
Go
I'm
ahead,
not-
start. No, I know
Okay,
you're not. I
so-
just want to
all
get
right.
going.
So
It's
first
just
and
a bad
foremost,
look.
I think we should define what Zionism is and what you mean by Zionism and what I mean by Zionism. So you can.
I like how
understand
Hassan wore a scarf,
The,
Palestine scarf.
the belief that Jews should have their own homeland in the historic, Palestine area. That's it.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
I believe that Zionism is a religious ethno-supremacist ideology that revolves around the exterminationist policies of removing the indigenous population that lived in, as you said, historic Palestine.
So what you have right here is interesting because what Ethan Klein said is not necessarily inaccurate because that is what they believe they're doing. But Hassan is obviously, taking the mask off.
as they are not Jews, because it's a religious, ethno-religious supremacist ideology. I think that this is a disagreement.
Very
that
nice,
you and
Evan.
I
Good
have.
job.
No,
on
I
this
agree
front.
with you. I agree with you. If you want to add that, like the genesis of Zionism included, the displacement and the ravaging of the culture that existed there, then I would agree with you. I mean, I don't think that the establishment of Israel was like a good thing. I mean, it was tragic and a lot of bad things happened. But let me ask you,
Okay.
sir.
Ethan's already louder.
How
than
was
he is.
filming that content? I just have to know
Why you turn it up?
what you felt, what you were thinking as they were doing the Fortnite L behind you.
We'll get that. We'll get that.
No,
I
no, no,
promise.
no. We're here. I don't want
Okay.
to talk about definitions.
Wait,
you
what?
got your Zionism, and let's do the.
Okay.
What,
Okay.
dude? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I don't.
He's really gonna get like petty with the fucking L on the forehead. Like what? Like get the fuck over. It's content. You already know this, Ethan.
Oh no. I mean,
Fucking
it was
content.
fine. I've
Did you not?
I've
Oh, no, not a
participated
L.
in,
Oh, the
other
L.
videos as well in the past.
No,
you
but
know?
that
Some of them-
Fortnite
some
L
of them feature-
dancing.
Some of them feature sketches.
You gotta be shitting me.
Okay.
I noticed you weren't in the other shots. Why was that?
I think I was being interviewed by.
Oh, really?
a
Who was
journalist
interviewing
while that
you?
was happening. I can't.
Really?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh, that's convenient. I think you were embarrassed, frankly.
Did you watch live and are now going over this, or is it the first time? This is my first. I didn't even know this was happening today. Like, I literally had my sibling tell me in DMs right before I got on stream because I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing for stream today. I want to crochet stuff, and that's all I know. But that's going to be boring as shit, and nobody's going to show up, so I don't know. And then, like a fucking angel sent from heaven itself, Guitar Rocker 100 comes into my DMs and says, "Hey." So I watched a little bit of the Ethan Hassan debate, and I'm like, there we go. Perfect.
You were absent from every other shot.
Wait,
I think
why
you
would
saw
I
him
be-
doing that I think you saw him doing that Fortnite dance, and you said, "I got to get out of this."
No,
and by
I
the
don't
way,
care.
I'm giving you.
Wasn't that the thing iDubbbz did that had a whole bunch of slurs? No, if you're talking about iDubbbz's most recent video, there were no slurs in that. Unless they came from Ethan, if he said the R slur, which, I'm pretty sure he's done.
credit for that.
I mean, Ethan.
I need to go back.
Being
Sorry. Do we need to
interviewed
focus?
By,
Oh, really?
by-
I think
why
you
would
saw him
was
interviewing
while that
you.
was happening. I can't.
Really?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh, that's convenient. I think you were embarrassed, frankly. You were
Discussing with the
absent
inside?
from every
Yeah.
other shot.
Wait,
I think
why
you
would
saw
I
him
be-
doing that I think you saw him doing that Fortnite dance, and you said, "I got to get out of this."
No,
and by the
it's
way,
a
I'm
fucking
giving you credit
Fortnite-
for that.
What?
I mean, Ethan, you're a comedian. You participated in some sketches.
Like from what drama I remembered, Ethan was being harassed, had CPS called on him and stuff, but like. What did he expect when he harassed lefties for a year? Like it's awful, but he started it.
Thank you for another $10 reduce, James. Yeah, and from what I know, it's like contested whether or not it was actually somebody from Hassan's audience or from who was it, Denim's audience that called CPS. Like that's contested. But we have to get a move on. We gotta watch.
You know,
I can't keep
Not
watching.
that. I mean, shit.
Really?
Yeah.
You're one of your most famous sketches. You in a fucking diaper. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we've done.
Well,
we've
I mean-
done funny things.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's not debate the merit of. Our
He's so
comedy. You're right.
offended.
I'm very hacky, and so are you.
Okay, so-
By the
He's
way, you
not
believe
well.
that the
He's
likes were
not
botted
well.
on that?
What?
You had said you thought the likes were botted on the content cop. Do you still believe that?
What? The likes were botted on the content cop? I don't know. I have
The
no idea.
dislikes were botted. The dislikes, sorry. Yeah, you said it was brigaded and was botted.
I don't give a shit about this. What happened, man?
It was unnatural.
We must
the
return.
dislikes on the video.
I don't really care about this. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Well, I'm
I don't
asking-
recall
I don't
saying
care
this,
if
but
you-
I don't know why this is a major
You
point
did
of
say
contention.
it.
All right, so you asked that question.
I agree, Munch
Let me
Bunnies.
back to some other definitions.
Hold on, let me finish, and then you can do your definition.
Okay.
Do you
it's
think
not
it
my
was-
definition.
Yeah, that content cop was crazy charitable to Ethan. Like it was perfect. It was perfect. Like and iDubbbz came out of that looking beautiful. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't trying to attack Ethan. It was just basically a hand that he held out for Ethan. He said, "Ethan, let me help you out of this because something is not right with you," which I thought was crazy good. iDubbbz his transformation is crazy.
I
It's
want
really
to hear
something
your
else.
definition.
That's fine. I'll answer how you like. Did you?
I
you-
hope you know that, like, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I didn't publish the content cop. iDubbbz did.
Yes, I know that, and
Okay,
I've
good.
addressed him
All right,
thoroughly.
just-
Do you know that? Do you believe he should have included the context of the CPS call?
What?
What? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Wait. I'm a little confused. You are.
Wait, I think he
asking
did
me
mention something.
Yes.
what my opinion is on
On the
iDubbbz's
video.
content cop.
Correct. That's
About
correct.
the CPS. I don't know. Maybe. Sure. Okay. I mean,
Yes.
I think it was more so about.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're a fucking internet icon, dude. You're gonna get like some shitter could have done it. Okay, it could have been some conservative who fucking hates your guts because of the leftist mafia or whatever. No, that's a different one. That's the serfs. The left, whatever their thing was called. Like it could have been some weirdo. Well, it was some weirdo, but like it just. You're a fucking internet celebrity, dude. Leftovers, thank you. Like, that's going to happen. Some asshole found my phone number and texted me, and it freaked me out. And then I told that person that it wasn't actually me. And then they said, "Oh, sorry," and then left me alone. So they weren't very smart. But my point is, like, yeah, this shit happens even with people as small as me.
I think it was more so about like your.
Why is it glitching out?
Your year-long conquest of deplatforming and also harassing.
Right. Well, 90% of the
quite
clips
frankly,
were
harassing
from
a
the
bunch of
episode
pro-housing
entitled
content
"CPS
creators.
Came to My House," Hassan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
Ethan, I think
They're going to text you again now. If that person's in the chat right now, like, if they really do hate watch and lurk, then they deserve it. I will literally strike up a conversation with them.
you know my.
One of
Let
the
me go back
clips
and
were
look.
from the
Harassing a bunch of
episode
pro-housing
entitled
content
"CPS
creators.
Came to My House," Hassan. I don't know if you think that's an important detail. I sure do.
Ethan,
Just talk, man.
I think you know my position on this, as I made it very clear. I think it's completely inappropriate to fucking call CPS.
No. That's
I think it's completely
obvious.
inappropriate
I'm
to call
saying your
CPS
friend
on a
Hassan you
content
made
creator
a
you
video
don't like.
with
I don't know why
did a
you're- I
total
don't know why
fucking
you
hit
think I have
job.
any hand
All right, go
in
ahead.
this.
Ask me a question.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't have any like, dude.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
Listen to
Go
me.
ahead.
Listen, we're both content creators online. We both have received an endless wave.
That's what
of
I'm saying.
harassment.
Oh, hi,
you,
baby.
you and I have talked privately about this.
I know I said
Hassan, I don't
I
care.
said I wouldn't pause it, but this is important. Why? It's like she knows I'm live. It's like she knows I'm live every time. Like she jumps up. Like usually she'll jump up and like circle my head like she's a fucking planet, and I am the bright shining sun of her life. And she like kneads into me and you know all that. You know she like does her biscuits or whatever. It's really cute. But when I'm live, nope.
Here, let's
When we
just
had a
go
podcast-
on.
No, what do you mean? You brought this up.
I don't.
You brought it up. Hold on. Let me say my
I know
piece.
what you're saying. We've all
You brought it
been
up.
harassed.
Let me
The
bring-
internet is
let me say
tough.
my
Whatever.
piece.
Yada yada. Ask me a question.
No. Please, Ethan, please.
This is
Because you're so boring,
rough.
bro. I just want to have an interesting
Who else
conversation.
also
What?
does Andrew Tate?
What?
Please, just hold on and let me.
Wow, I have.
try-
boring. This isn't a dude. Oh my god. This is really bad. This is like actually worse than I thought it would be. And that's a low fucking bar to not clear.
Wow, God
My
forbid.
position to you. You and I are both content creators. We get an endless wave of harassment, doxing, swatting, all of this stuff, okay? Sometimes by the same people, ironically enough, by the same communities. You and I know we've had these conversations in private before
been a while.
Before we, stop doing our podcast. And you know my position on this. I think it's completely unacceptable.
I
because
know
am
you're
victim
against
to the same exact
CPS.
things
That's
that
not
happen to
even
you in this
interesting.
regard. I would never in a million years advocate for that
Okay,
sort
ask
of
me a
thing,
question.
and don't think it's appropriate. And I don't know
Very
why
good.
you
Ask me a
think
question.
that I have anything to do with this.
Because you're not you're misrepresenting what I asked.
Yeah, this was prepped by Destiny. Remember the fake snoring he did in his Vosh debate?
Destiny versus Vosh. I don't think I ever watched the D versus V debate, to be honest. Which is funny because that could also be dick versus vagina. Which obviously Vosh being the vagina makes sense because vaginas are powerful because women's rights and shit. But I didn't watch that debate, so was this prepped by Destiny? Like, did Destiny actually work with Ethan Klein to like tell him what to do? If he did a horrific job. Thank you for another $5. I don't think that's what happened though.
Asked you. I didn't ask you, do you think it's okay that people called CPS?
He's on
I
something?
asked
He
if the
might be
video
on
that you
something.
participated in, which was a total fucking hit job that used 90% of its clip
wait.
from an episode of the podcast.
What if it okay, this is total speculation, not insinuating anything at all. This is literally just a what if. This is a hypothetical. What if he's on fucking drugs? What if he has a drug problem right now? That would make so much sense. Like, I feel like if he did have a drug problem, it would have come out by now, but holy shit, would that not track? Like, that would actually just be the, like, that would be crazy. Like, it'd be crazy if that came out. And then I would actually feel a little bit better because I'm like, okay, we've identified the core problem, now we can fix it. But again, just speculation. I don't think that's...
CPS got called
I
on
would,
me and
I would still be a little bit surprised if that was the case, by the way. I don't think that's the case.
didn't even include the title of the podcast. Now, do you think
But I won't
that's
rule it
fair?
out.
I think you should, and I don't know
Very
why
good.
you
Ask me a
think
question.
that I have anything to do with this.
Because you're not you're misrepresenting what I asked you. I didn't ask you, do you think it's okay that people called CPS? I asked
By the way, he has Tourette's, so don't take his tics into account. Don't be ableist.
that the video that you participated in, which was a total fucking hit job that used 90% of its clip from an episode of the podcast called CPS Got Called on Me and didn't even include the title of the podcast. Now, do you think that's fair?
I think you should take this up with iDubbbz instead of me. I did
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Ask me a question.
Yeah, I didn't make any of the editorial decisions in iDubbbz's
try-
content cop.
I'm asking what you thought about it, okay? Not if you made
Then again, I can't stand Hassan. I like Hassan. I used to be a huge Hassan simp. I actually had a parasocial relationship with him. I'm not going to lie. I had it down to the fucking... Like, I calculated it down to the fucking moment that he would start scrolling through the Twitch replies so that he would land on mine. It's embarrassing to admit, but I'm nothing if not an open book, so... But yeah, I lately, like, I don't agree with everything Hassan's done. I don't think that he's, like, I'm definitely not parasocially attached to him anymore, and I watch him here and there. But, I don't dislike him. I think he's great, for the most part. Like, yeah, we have some disagreements, but yeah, he's doing great work. And I think it is incumbent upon us to support him in his work.
it. It's pretty fucking...
Sure,
Pretty obvious. Go ahead,
I'm
ask me a
sure it would have
question.
been- I'm sure that he I'm sure
It's
that
fine
it
if you
would have been
can't stand
all
him,
right
though.
if he
That's fine.
mentioned it. I don't
Personal
know why
preference. All right.
This is a major point of contention for you. I thought we were going to talk about Israel-Palestine.
We're talking about whatever we want
That's
to
what I
talk
thought.
about. You had said that I have problems with your character. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
know
Go ahead,
that
ask me a
you're-
question.
But you having problems with my character is
Hassan,
is
ask me a
so
question,
far
I'm gonna move
removed
on to the
from
next
you
topic
asking me
here.
about iDubbbz's editorial
This is crazy
decisions
work.
in
I'm gonna
his
try to start
content
crocheting.
cop.
I'm asking about your opinion on it. Go ahead, ask me a question.
Okay.
Keep saying, ask me a
So-
question. Like, what?
Do you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Awesome. So you
Start.
agree with the with numerous human rights organizations, the UN?
I already said yes.
Okay, great. No, that's important. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I
Okay.
also agree on this. If you believe that Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza, okay, do you feel like you have used your limited amount of time that you have as a content creator speaking out against Israel doing a genocide on the Palestinian population living in the Gaza Strip, or do you feel like most of your commentary on that issue has overwhelmingly been to rail against people that are doing that? Pro-Palestinian
Sure.
advocates
Well,
that you feel
I
like
don't know
you've been wronged by, myself included.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but if you're pro-Palestine, it doesn't absolve you of criticism. That's something that you guys keep harping on. Do I think my coverage?
I don't think that is the case.
Okay. Do you think my
that's
coverage has
crazy.
been like totally
How can one man have this much bad faith? Slabs roof of Ethan. This baby can hold so much bad faith.
balanced? I would say no. I've obviously given less time to the Palestinian perspective, and I think the reason for that is simply that
not just the Palestinian perspective, Ethan. I think that rather than talking about that issue in and of itself, rather than talking about the genocide itself, every time you have talked
Hassan, I'm answering your
every
question.
time you've talked about Israel-Palestine, it almost always revolved around
I was going to tell you why. Do you want to
personal
let me answer?
vendettas that you have experienced from
I
pro-Palestinian
was going to
content
explain
creators.
that. Okay. Would you like me to?
still
You
listening.
asked me a question, so
Yeah.
I'm going to answer it.
Go ahead.
The reason for that being is that I feel like I'm responding to a lot of bullshit that's been passed my way ever since leftovers ended, starting from you and your community. Now, that's my answer to that. Now, let me ask you about this. This sword has a Nazi swastika hilt.
No, I heard about the sword. He keeps trying to get a gotcha. This is so like it's so obvious. Like gotchas are not always a bad strategy, but this is just one after the other, like with no relevance or segue or anything. It's literally just, hey guys, look, Hassan bad. Look, Hassan have Nazi sword. Like, it's not a fucking Nazi sword. I think it has like the classic swastika on it that's not turned, right? It's like a square shape instead of a diamond. Well, it's the same shape, but like it's not like tilted like a diamond. It's like a square. And that is, as many of you know, I'm sure, an old Buddhist symbol that the Nazis unfortunately decided to steal for themselves and then turn it slightly. Change your work a little bit. The Buddhists let them copy off of their homework, but the Buddhists said, yeah, just change it a little bit so the teacher don't know. But anyway, he has a sword with that, but the sword is from an anime, and the anime has that on it, I think, right? Like, that's the design of the sword from the anime. I don't know what the exact story is, but like, Ichigo's sword. It's Ichigo's sword? Dog. Like, the Japanese were like, kind of slow on the uptake when it came to like because that symbol was kind of big over there.
6 hours of pain and projection. Zionism should be in the DSM-5.
I agree, Balthazar. Good point. Thank you very much for $5 reduce. I appreciate you. $4.99 actually. Ooh,
It's
more.
from Bleach if I'm not mistaken, and just to clarify, the Destiny thing was speculation on my part. But yeah, Ethan is so disingenuous here.
Thank you very much for another $5 reduce, James. Yeah, we've established that it's from Bleach now, yeah. Getting lots of donos. Thank you guys. Being very generous tonight. Can definitely use it. Oh yeah, so just real quick before we continue, I hate to keep doing. I can't help it, you know. It's just my thing. I just do long pauses, so we're just gonna roll with it. But in One Piece, my favorite anime personally, and probably my favorite show of all time, Ace was supposed to have. So he has Whitebeard's tattoo on his back because he's part of Whitebeard's crew. So he has Whitebeard's symbol. But originally, it was a fucking classic Buddhist swastika. I think it is in the manga, actually, right? Like, the manga chapters have Ace with a swastika tattoo. So, like, yeah, it's like the Japanese didn't, like, they're culturally different from us, and so it took them a lot longer to understand that, like, the world is kind of moving away from that symbol because Hitler fucked it up. But anyway.
Do you disagree? What's funny
We
about
spent
that?
too long talking about that.
I think it's funny because you've made this a major point of contention. That's why I think it's funny.
It's a swastika, is it not?
It's a sword that is a bleach sword, as you know.
Oh my
already,
god.
That,
Oh my god.
Has a hilt that has a Japanese manji sign on it. But yes, it does look like a swastika, as I've also noticed and have talked about on numerous occasions that
I thought it
brought
would be
forward
worse.
on your podcast.
Yeah, of course
already.
you're conceding
Such as
that
when
because we
I literally thought it would be worse. Look at this thing. Like you can, like, it's obvious once you point it out, but you would have to look at this for like a couple of seconds. It's not as though like anybody would necessarily see this and go, Nazi sword, that's a Nazi sword. Like, that's silly. This is so silly. Stop. This is so fucking bad
look like a
faith.
swastika, as
Unbelievable.
I've also
This is
noticed
sad.
and have talked about on numerous occasions that you've brought forward on your podcast.
Yeah, of course
already.
you're conceding
Such as
that
when
because we
such as when
fished
I
this
made
up,
fun
but
of-
yeah.
Such as when I made fun of, I believe it was Alexa that grabbed it, and I said, "Oh, you immediately go
That's
for the
crazy
swastika
work.
one." Yeah, exactly.
I still,
Do you think? Do you?
Yeah.
Do you think that
so
I- do you
but
think
anyway,
that I
my
actually
point
think
is,
it's-
They were
Hassan,
literally
if I can
joking
continue,
about
my
it.
point is that you knew it was a swastika sword. So why? What is the? So I mean, why did you
Oh
guys
my
choose
God.
to pose with this sword?
Ethan,
He knows Hassan.
Answer
It's
that.
not-
Why
I'm gonna-
was the choice
Ethan,
made
I'm
for this
gonna-
sword?
I'm gonna gently explain this to you again. One, it's not a swastika, but regardless.
Hassan is being far too gentle. I honestly can't wait for him to start yelling because Ethan kind of deserves it.
Regardless,
Do you think it looks
I
like a
didn't-
swastika?
I did not make this editorial decision. I wasn't even.
He's not denying
was I
it's a
even-
swastika.
I don't
Do you
was in
think
the
it's
photo.
reasonable to perceive that as a swastika?
Ethan?
Answer the
I was
question.
not-
Is it
No, I don't
reasonable to
think-
perceive
I don't
that?
think it was a
Denying it.
deliberate decision that
Okay, well-
was made.
well-
But I don't know. I don't know his mind.
Okay, well, Hassan, they're your swords, and according to the New York Times article, there was 10 options. So what's the chances that they chose the swastika one? That seems pretty slim.
Well, considering
You have
that
10
I-
swords,
the
don't
week
you?
the week prior to that, I believe. I don't know the exact timeline. I don't really remember when they shot this, but I had the sword out because I was doing an Assassin's Creed promo. Do you feel like if I thought it was like genuinely a swastika sword, I would use it in an Assassin's Creed promo shot?
Yes. That's what we call a dog whistle, Hassan. And what you're doing is
Oh my
gaslighting somebody.
God.
You made a
You
video.
think I'm-
tar-
you think I'm-
He's like literally accusing Hassan of being a fucking Nazi and trying to sneak Nazi propaganda into his like content. This is disgusting work. It's actually laughable. I think that Hassan's got the right idea by just laughing at it. I think that's the best response. I would like to, just my personal taste is that I want to see Hassan chew him the fuck out. But I do think that what he's doing is objectively the best response. Just ridicule and laugh.
dog
Let me make a
whistling with
point
the-
here, Hassan, because you're the king of microaggressions and understanding the perspective of
This is
minority
true.
groups. Right?
This is true.
So you made a video. You participated in a video
Wait, okay,
accusing
wait,
a
wait,
Jewish.
hold on.
Let me
No,
finish
I'm
my
gonna let you
point,
finish that.
Hassan.
I'm gonna let you
No,
ask that
no.
question.
I'm gonna let you
Can I-
finish.
Stop.
Can I just say?
You are
can I-
making
can
a
I just
video
ask you
accusing a
again?
Jewish
You're
man
talking
of
over a Jew.
exaggerating
You think I used
anti-Semitism
a-
while exhibiting the most hateful symbol against Jewish people. Do you not see
my
this as a
God.
problem,
Wait,
or at
Ethan, I
least
couldn't-
am
I
I
couldn't hear
insane
anything
for
you
thinking
said.
this is odd?
Ethan is definitely on something. We won't discount that possibility. I will still be surprised if it comes out that he is addicted to something. But I will not discuss, or he doesn't even have to necessarily be addicted. This could just be a one-time. Well, I don't know. If he's doing it now, it's probably not a one-time thing.
Ethan, take a deep breath. Okay.
Answer the
Please.
question.
Take a deep
I don't
breath.
need you to
I
console
need
me.
to hear
Take a
your
deep breath.
question. I
Please,
need you to.
bro.
I need you to
Well, you
answer
should try
something.
listening instead of speaking.
I'm
my
just
God.
looking for clarification here. Do you think that I deliberately
Yes.
was using a dog whistle in an Assassin's
Yes.
Creed promo, or that it was a cool sword that was laying around because it's the only long sword that I have?
You have 10 swords.
I know they're heavy. That's not a real sword.
So you. Oh, yes, I'm aware that it's not a real sword, but you had 10 to choose from. What does it matter how much
yeah,
they
the
weigh?
other ones are
Dude,
heavy, Ethan.
Let me
I'm
paint a
waving that
scenario.
shit around.
Let me paint.
The dog whistle has to be fucking noticeable. Here, let's see the, like, I'm not even gonna look at the fucking commercial. There's no way that the fucking hilt of the sword was like that noticeable. You have to actually notice the dog whistle. Like, come on.
Hassan, let me paint a scenario for you, okay?
Ethan's on something all right. Zionism is one hell of a drug.
True. Thank you very much for 10 tier 1 gifted subs. Very appreciate you very much, Shaka Tanuki, being extra kind today. 5 more than you usually give. Okay. All right, buddy. All right, Mr. Moneybags. I hear you. I see you. Thank you very much.
Listen, okay, this is important. You participated in a video accusing a Jewish man of exaggerating anti-Semitism.
Oh my God.
You exhibited in that video the most hateful symbol against Jewish people.
Dude, you are literally like doing bad work for Jews. Okay, I'm not Jewish, so correct me if I'm wrong, Jews in my audience. But like, this is like, from my perspective, this is not helpful to Jews in any sense of the word. This just like, if we're actually taking this as like Ethan is being a representative of Jewish people right now, he's doing a terrible fucking job. He looks like a psycho. He looks like a fucking... He sounds like a psycho, too. Everything he's saying is like conspiracy brain rot.
1 out of 10 of your swords that you have previously already stated is the
fuck
quote,
is this?
swastika sword. So am I insane for even... You're treating me like I'm insane for bringing this up, but it sounds pretty reasonable.
My God.
I mean, it's a little
kind
insane.
of,
Yeah.
yeah,
So microaggressions just don't exist for Jewish people.
You're asking me why iDubbbz made
It's your
this
sword,
decision,
bro. I don't believe
and
that
I'm
you
not
weren't there.
iDubbbz, and
You were
don't
there, bro.
know
It's in your
how to
fucking
do-
house.
I don't know. I don't know why you're asking me why
Because
iDubbbz chose
it's
that.
your house and your sword.
But I also gave you what my speculation is.
To
And that
paraphrase
is-
Medea Benjamin, stop making us Jews look bad.
Okay, I didn't know that Medea Benjamin said that, primarily because I don't know who Medea Benjamin is. But thank you for another 5 tier 1 gifted subs. I appreciate it very much.
That it's
was
most
just a
likely because I
cosmic
had
chance.
previously
Okay.
had it laying around because I had just done an Assassin's Creed promo.
Okay, if you say so. So if it's a cosmic fluke,
you say
which you
so.
claim, then why leave the photo
I'm
up?
not even in the photo, I don't think, right?
I
Am
know, it's in
even
your
the-
room, though, and with your sword. Why leave the photo up if it's a
I don't know, why
cosmic
does this
fluke?
go?
Wait,
Cosmic
why
fluke.
are you asking me this question? I don't know. I'm not. Ethan, I am
I'm sorry,
not
Hassan.
iDubbbz.
Are you unable to make value judgments on
God.
on situations? Like, isn't that what you do for a living? Do you
Yeah, I
think
don't
that
think
iDubbbz
Hassan,
should have
it's
removed-
time for the
it's
gloves to come
relevant
off.
or that big of a deal at all. If that's what you're trying to get out of me, like, yeah, I think it's not. it's
Okay,
what
so you're
you
telling
are
a Jewish
perceiving.
man who's complaining about...
Okay, oh wow, we're getting a
Sam
lot.
literally railed into Ethan a couple days ago about conflat 8 nanograms Zionism with Judaism.
Conflating, yeah. Yeah, like it's literally anti-Semitic to do so. Like Zionists are engaging in. It's not like the same as being a Nazi in terms of like their hatred for Jews or how they like damage Jews or whatever. But like they're doing work against Jews by insinuating that every Jewish person on the fucking planet wants a genocide of Palestine. No, they don't. Like, no, and I would venture a guess that, like, there are plenty of, I don't know what the statistics are, and it frankly doesn't matter, but, like, I would venture a guess that it's not most Jews. Like, they really try, but, like, it's at least a very significant proportion of Jews don't actually believe in, like, the Zionist project. How do I do this? Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to do a thing here. Crocheting around a wire is like precarious. It's not the same as just regular old crochet. Oh goodness, I don't think I can do this at the same time. That I'm gonna have to like do something else. I can still crochet, but not around a fucking wire. Not right now. Sorry, Gimme Ghoul. Your antennae are gonna have to wait. I still think he's cute even without them, though. I'm so fucking proud of this, man. I made this guy. Isn't that crazy? I didn't even use a pattern. I just freehanded this shit. It was fun. Anyway.
And
Guitar Rocker, I really want you to see. It's so good. Don't go to the beginning of my last stream because I showed what your present looks like, but I really want you to see it. You gotta stop by this weekend if you're like seeing you know who.
very
Also,
odd
can I-
coincidence
can I just-
that I'm
it's a
crazy
form
and
of
I'm
Maggi on it,
exaggerating.
Ethan, can we? Okay, you got me. All right. I don't
Here
know
we
what to
go,
tell
here
you.
we go.
Listen
Oh,
to
you
me.
got
I
me.
just
I
said
put
I
a
can't do this.
swastika in the video calling you out for
No,
exaggerating
that's not what I'm saying.
anti-Semitism.
I didn't
You
do
got
that.
me. Yes, you
Ethan?
did. You
God.
literally
Ethan,
did.
I didn't do that.
This is crazy.
Okay,
But
laugh
again,
about
it's
it. Go
not
on.
a swastika, and I don't even
Then
think
why
you
should he leave
have
it up?
that
It's
much of an issue with
laugh-worthy.
swastikas, considering you drew one on
This is a
PewDiePie.
joke.
I'm a
So-
Jewish man, you fucking moron.
Oh, I didn't realize the
Oh,
Nazis
is
only
anyone in
killed
that room
Jews.
Jewish?
Is that what
Was
happened?
anyone in that room?
Yeah. Yeah, so that means that anybody who's been persecuted by who was persecuted by the Nazis during World War II is they have the swastika pass. They can draw a swastika anywhere they want, which means that all the swastikas, by the way, that were being drawn on the Teslas, they are all gay. All those people were gay. So you got to let them go.
Did I
Do the Nazis
draw
only kill Jews,
swastika
Ethan?
one time
Do you think that Jews have an exclusivity agreement with like being offended or not offended by Nazi imagery? You've done a Sig Heil approximately what 50 times
Why
since
did
Elon
I
Musk
do a
it?
Zig Heil? Why did I
Let
do
me
a
know in
Zig
DMs
Heil?
what time,
I don't
Guitar
know.
Rocker.
Because
A question we
because
are
you
all
only watch
wondering.
clips on Twitter. I was making fun of Elon Musk and trying to see if it was valid or not.
Thank you.
And by the way,
Thank you for
as a Jewish
clarifying.
man,
My
are you
bad.
going to tell black people not to use the N-word?
Wait, what?
Are you going to tell black people not to use the N-word because it offends you?
Do you think this is an apt comparison?
Dog, if a black person like drew like an offensive image, like what's it called? What's the word for it? Like what are the old timey like really racist depictions of black people where they're like like they're basically black skin, either very dark brown or black with like really round red lips. It's a caricature, but there's a specific word for it and I can't think of it. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like if a black person drew that, I would still find that problematic. No, it's not blackface. There's a word for it. It's minstrel. Is it minstrel? I think it's minstrel, right? I know that like minstrel shows were a thing. I don't know. I'm stupid on the topic, but my point is, if I saw a black person draw an offensive image, like a racist depiction of black people, for no reason other than like, haha, funny racism, yeah, I would still find that problematic.
Yes.
Okay. So you think that being able to draw the your anti-Semitism radar is completely out of whack. You
And who
understand
are
that,
you
right?
Goodness. Hold on, I gotta actually read that one. You don't understand. My black friend burned the cross as a joke, guys. Yeah, exactly. Like, no. You don't get it. My black friend put on a white robe and hood and gloves, so that you couldn't fucking tell he was even black, which wouldn't make it okay, even if he was black, by the way. But like, you couldn't even fucking tell he was black. He just goes and burns a cross on somebody's lawn, and they come out and they're screaming and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he goes, "No, it's okay. I'm black. See?" And he like takes the hood off. And they're like, "Oh, bless your heart." Continue, good sir. My mistake.
Say that
That's
to
the
me.
point
You
of
pose with
contention
the
here.
swastika.
You're saying that it's not a swastika, and you know it's not a swastika.
Thank you for 50 biddies.
I mean, it literally is a swastika.
No, it's not. Is it?
Let me see the swords in your background. Why didn't you choose one of those ones?
I didn't choose the sword, Ethan.
I don't believe
Do you
you.
think this
Oh
is a
my
productive
God.
use of our time?
It's really
Absolutely.
not.
So anyway, you say it's a weird cosmic fluke. Personally, if I think it was a weird cosmic fluke, you say basically it's not a swastika. The difference between the Hindu symbol
but
and
it's
the
not.
okay, right. The difference between the Hindu
What you
symbol
drew on
and the
PewDiePie,
Nazi
on the other hand, was a
swastika.
swastika.
I'll finish what I said. Yeah, I'm a Jewish man. I
it's
depicted a
cool.
swastika,
No,
a tasteless joke
I'm
on
just making sure.
on,
Okay, so
on
you can-
iDubbbz's shirt 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You said this is the swastika sword, and you keep it in your house and you use it and pose it in photos, attacking a Jewish man. The fact
No,
that you can't
I
even
jokingly
concede that
referred
looks
to it
bad.
as looking like a swastika when my friend picked it up. If I
so let me-
genuinely thought it was a swastika memorabilia, do you think I would keep it in my house?
Dude, you're being so.
90% of people who look at that sword would never even notice that the hilt looks like a swastika. Like, you actually have to, like, the swastika is as the Germans depicted it, is kind of a specific symbol, you know?
Does vitiligo take your N-word pass away?
asking the real questions. Thank you very much for another $5 dues, Balthazar. Appreciate that.
Obtuse. I know it's not a swastika.
I forgot what I was saying.
right?
Sorry.
And I know you know it's not a swastika, but it is literally a swastika.
I was saying that like the swastika is a very like. Don't get me wrong. Neo-Nazis will hide the swastika and things and like giggle and shit themselves because it's so funny or whatever. And then mommy has to clean up their shit and bake them nuggies. And then they go back to their 4chan posting boards and like, try to start a N-word chain. Where like one person types the N and then the next person types the I or whatever. But anyway, like they'll try to hide swastika imagery and Nazi imagery in stuff. But like, this is not a case of that. Like, you literally would have to look at the hilt and be like, huh, this kind of looks like a swastika a little bit. Like, it's not the same. I'm sorry. It's not the same.
Also, because the difference between a swastika and that Hindu symbol is this. You see what I'm doing? This is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask a Hindu person, would they walk around with a swastika sign?
So you know it. So you know
fuck
it's not a
no.
swastika,
They know
but you
that
keep
looks
calling
like
it
a swastika.
sword. So I'm a little confused.
Ask your Hindu friends if they would walk around with like a swastika brandished.
Oh my.
They know.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Are you
nod,
Hindu?
Yep.
I am not Hindu.
Okay,
no.
interesting. So anyway, it was a cosmic
do you
fluke.
think that
You brandished
do you
what
think
I.
that only Hindu people have bleed swords? Like, what's going on?
We're discussing the symbol, not the sword. Okay, go ahead.
Wait,
So
what?
you think it was a cosmic fluke? There was 10 swords. He magically picked that one.
I can't. I'm speculating on the
he lifted up.
This is crazy.
If it was a mistake, he could have deleted
I'm not
it.
him. I don't
Go
know.
ahead, ask
Again,
me.
I'm going to repeat myself here. I think I'm.
Another 50 biddies. And even then, if they saw the hilts, they'd be like, wow, that looks kind of like a swastika. Wild. Exactly. Like, it's not a thing. It's not a real thing. Thank you very much for 50 biddies.
Viewing is a lot.
You don't need to. Go ahead.
I am not iDubbbz.
Ask me the next question.
I don't know what was going on in his
I'm
mind.
not accusing you of being iDubbbz, Hassan, but you're acting like you're incapable of making value judgments on things because you're not.
I don't know
make the value judgment.
anti-fascism.
I think you're being crazy.
Okay, well, Mr. Microaggressions thinks I'm being crazy. Very good. You have no problem telling Jewish people they're being crazy on.
Yes.
It's like a blatant fuck. Go ahead, ask me the next question.
Yes, I don't have
you
a
think
problem telling
if you could go back,
you're being crazy right now. You being Jewish has nothing to do with this.
Exactly, yeah.
Sure. I'm sure it doesn't. Do you think going back that it was a mistake to use that sword?
I don't really care about this at all.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, that really shows where you're at on this. Go
care.
ahead and ask me a question.
Okay. So.
That's crazy. Is this going to be a segment?
That Israel is committing a genocide.
I'm not recording right now, but like we could. I mean, you can put it on the Clips channel if you want. We can try to boost some. I mean, this will be good algorithm juice. We could try to boost some views on the Clips channel. Yeah, we could do that. You don't even have to edit it.
What are the appropriate steps that people can take, both in the Western world and also regional actors can take against this entity doing a genocide by your own admission that you would consider to be appropriate? Because it feels like throughout this entire process, you have
back to the actual questions
on what you think is inappropriate.
Just killing civilians. That's the boundary.
As you have set boundaries on what you think is inappropriate.
Killing
time
civilians.
and time again has said is
just killing them. Displacing them is fine. Maiming them is fine. Raping them is fine. But killing civilians, that's where I draw the line.
Outright anti-Semitic.
Just everything short of that.
My boundary is killing civilians.
Okay, that's great. So
is that unreasonable?
That's a perfectly reasonable boundary to set.
Okay,
I totally
good. So then we don't disagree.
Great. Okay.
Hassan is being much more charitable than Ethan deserves.
Great. So let me ask you the next one. Let me ask you about this Tabra tier list.
Can I?
Oh my God!
That's my answer. Go ahead. You could go on a little bit more.
Please,
okay, so,
Ethan.
Everyone is complaining about my volume on my side because we're using.
He's like, well, you asked your question about like real issues that you want to discuss. Now we're gonna talk about that tier list. Have you heard about this, folks? The tier list, where Hassan once again proves he's basically Hitler.
Using Zoom instead of Discord, so my fucking
Go ahead.
audio.
It's fine. Take your
My
time.
audio
to get the
keeps
audio
going
right.
up and down. Okay. So, one of the first conversations that we
No, it's
had,
too quiet.
you and I had that led to the Leftovers podcast ending was that you considered "From the River to the Sea, Palestine will be free" to be an anti-Semitic slogan. You said that Jews feel like this is an
True.
exterminationist slogan, and
It's
Jews fear this
basically-
slogan in the United States of
It's-
America.
Correct.
Every
If you
time you
think
say,
that- If you think that Israel
every time you say "from the river to the sea," one Jewish baby dies slowly. It's tragic. Don't do it. Don't do it,
doing a
folks.
genocide, do you feel like it is appropriate for Westerners in the United States of America and Palestinians and people of Palestinian descent to be able to use emancipatory slogans, or should they go to jail under the Trump administration?
Okay, I mean, these are pretty extreme questions. Now, I'm not making a value judgment. I'm just trying. All I was trying to do.
What's happening right now?
Bro, do you want me to answer?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to explain the Jewish perspective. I'm not trying to make a value judgment of it. But what I will tell you
This is not the Jewish
is that,
perspective,
how
man.
do you feel about Norm Finkelstein?
Love Norm. I know he has said that it is.
Here's what he had to say about this.
I know what
He has some
said.
iffy views on
I
queer
want the
people,
audience
but
to
that's
see
about
this,
it.
Hassan.
Let me. Can I just?
Hassan,
From
I
what
want
I
the
know.
audience to see this video.
Because I know Norm's positions. He's
Good, I'm
also-
glad.
Norm Finkelstein, for those who don't know, is a very prominent anti-Zionist. I think I've heard that he has some questionable views about queer people, but given the stakes here, like, I'm not saying it's fine, but I am saying that it's tolerable. Like, he's not focusing on that. He's focusing on, like, the work in Gaza. So it is what it is. He's not making anything but a fool of himself. Yeah, this is horrific. This is worse than I thought. Like I said, this is worse than I thought it would be. Like, right off the jump. Thank you very much for another 50 biddies.
Glad you know.
Transphobic, but I
Let's
don't agree
let
with
the
that
audience
either,
know,
you know what I
Hassan.
mean?
Hey,
He's
Hassan,
still-
let the
Yeah,
audience
AW,
watch the
exactly.
video.
I can have a nuanced and reasonable disagreement with a person that I actually admire.
So that's what
like
we're
Norm.
having.
But I have a disagreement
So
with
it's
him on that,
nuanced and understandable with Norm. Let the audience watch the video, Hassan.
Okay. Go
What
ahead.
did he say he disagreed with Norm on? Sorry.
Video.
Because I know Norm's positions. He's
Good, I'm
also
glad you
transphobic,
know.
but I
Let's
don't
let
agree
the
with that
audience
He's
know,
either.
transphobic.
Hassan.
There you go.
Hey,
Okay, yeah,
Hassan, let
exactly.
the audience watch the video.
I can have a nuanced and reasonable disagreement with a person that I actually admire.
So that's what we're.
Yeah, the thing to remember is, even though he's transphobic, the work that he's doing is pro-Palestine. So, you know, he's not being a transphobe in practice. You know what I mean? So, whatever.
having.
But I have a disagreement
So
with
it's
him on that,
nuanced and understandable with Norm. Let the audience watch the video, Hassan.
yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Palestine will be free.
Let me go
The
back.
slogan
Mitch. Yeah. Here's the Norm Finkelstein, a prominent figurehead in the Palestinian liberation movement.
Yeah.
like
I
the
know.
slogan.
I
Who's being a
have-
transphobe? Norman Finkelstein is a transphobe, unfortunately. But he basically doesn't bring it up unless asked.
Fame, power.
I don't think you can claim to be presenting the Jewish perspective without 15. Crash, 10 commandments on stone tablets.
Stupid ref. I don't know how I know that reference, but I do. Thank you very much for another 5 tier 1 gifted subs, Saki Tanuki. Always a pleasure to have you in chat.
have more positions that I disagree with
Pardon
him
me.
on after this
The
as
video
well.
could play,
Palestine
please.
will be free. I think it's a bad slogan. I know the slogan from the 1960s, the 1970s.
You can also disagree on that. Like, I don't. Maybe it is a bad slogan. I would like to hear his argument. Maybe he's right. But, like, it's the slogan. So good luck changing it.
It was a bad slogan then, and it's a bad slogan now because it has too much ambiguity. When you say from the river
Hassan's going to hit me with the Cherry Act.
to the sea, Palestine will be
He's so
free.
fucking petty.
Obviously, a question arises.
He can still
what
hear it.
happens to the Jews in that scenario? And some people will say, well, all it's about is
Actually, I disagree with him on this. What do you mean, what happens to the Jews? There are Jews in Palestine. There are Palestinians who are Jewish. I presume there's got to be at least a couple, right? Like, Palestine will be free has nothing, like, it's not making a statement about Jews. It's making a statement about everybody being free. That includes Jews. Palestine will be free, period. If you live in Palestine, congratulations, you're free. You're from tyranny and genocide.
Everybody being free, but that's not what the slogan says.
I disagree with Norman Finkelstein on this.
So I have, in recent weeks,
He's being
voiced
pedantic.
my concern that it's a bad slogan. And I said, just change it, tweak it. From the river to the sea,
My goat.
one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And you can't answer that slogan because all you're talking about is equal rights for everyone. From the river to the sea, one person, one vote, Palestinians will be free. And I've encountered
Is he making a joke? Is he doing a quip? Like, was this all a setup? Like, one person, one vote? I don't. If this is a joke, it's going over my head. And if it's not a joke, I don't understand what that means. This is definitely my fault. I know I can feel my low IQ brain throbbing to find the answer here. But until somebody in chat explains it, I'm moving on.
I don't know if he actually means the one vote thing, because I think what he's saying is good in that. From the river to the sea, Palestinians will be free, which I think is good.
Norm has
You're
also
laughing at
routinely
Norm.
talked at campus encampments, college campus Palestinian encampments as to, I'm not going to make much hay about the slogan in general. There's plenty of other slogans that are...
Well, you're willing to listen to him, but when I say it, it becomes a big controversy.
The reason that you're fucking saying it, Ethan, is different from Norman Finkelstein's reasoning. So stupid.
Really,
I'm telling you that
it's
I
not
can
even
have a
my opinion,
disagreement with him
frankly.
on that. And
Yes,
you're
it
forgetting
is.
one key factor.
What's that?
Okay, you're forgetting one key factor. Norm Finkelstein still ultimately will always say, while I disagree with the slogan because I think it scares people, it ultimately does not matter, and I'm not going to stand in opposition to it. He doesn't say it's anti-Semitic.
When
He
have I
doesn't
opposed
say
it?
it is exterminationist.
When
He
have I
says
opposed
that's
it? Exactly.
what people think. If you think
When have I
if you
opposed
think
it?
that Norm Finkelstein would be in agreement with you in any way,
He
shape,
literally
or
is
form
in
on
agreement.
And again, I want to stress that I disagree with Norman Finkelstein on this. Like, I think it's a fine slogan. I think that it gets across the message. And I don't think it's threatening to anybody. And anybody who does find it threatening is frankly stupid and deserves to feel threatened.
any
with
issue,
me.
please have a conversation with him.
He's literally in agreement with me, like verbatim.
Okay. No, that's great.
Actually,
You said
even
it was
more.
Anti-Semitic. Norm doesn't think it's anti-Semitic.
Hassan,
I
do you
want
This is
remember
4
me
hours?
advocating against it?
We're going to have to do this in parts. This is 4 fucking hours. How did they stretch this to 4 hours? Yeah, no. I'm going to go... I didn't plan to stream for very long anyway, but we'll go as long as I am feeling. That's crazy work.
Do
I
you
want to
remember
ask
me
Norm
advocating against it?
Finkelstein if he agrees with you on anything.
Sure, I'll ask Norm Finkelstein. Do you remember me denouncing that statement and
Yeah, I know I don't have to watch the whole thing. The worst parts, I'm sure, will be clipped and put on Twitter or whatever.
saying people shouldn't say it?
I believe in our conversation you said
No,
it was
it didn't happen.
You said
You're
it was
lying.
anti-Semitic.
I said
that
it's
you-
perceived that way by Jewish people. All right, let's move on. The Sabra
Norm
tier
does not
list.
believe
Now,
it's an anti-Semitic slogan.
very good. I'll ask him about it. Now,
Are
let me
you
ask you
actually
about
going to
the...
do that? Because that would be wonderful. I think that
Yes,
would be
I'm gonna
incredibly
talk to
productive.
Norm. We'll have a great conversation about From the River to the Sea.
I hope he does.
Is it? Wait, can I ask you a question?
No.
Honestly, the more people Ethan talks to, the better. Because I think that, like, this is really weighing on him. He can feel... Like, you know that he can feel, like, his connection with people slipping away day by day, worse and worse and worse. Like, he has a lot of respect for Sam Cedar, and still, he, like, basically burned the fucking bridge with him. Like, that's crazy. He's got to be feeling this. So the more people he talks to, the better.
No. It's
Okay,
my
go
turn.
ahead.
You
know
spoke,
what?
and now
You
it's
know
my
what?
turn.
You go ahead. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very gracious of you.
Well, I mean, it's just a back and forth conversation, but you
Christ
seemingly have
almighty.
grievances, not not pertaining to the actual issue at hand. But
I don't know.
you
The issue, my friend, the issue at hand is your behavior.
No,
Oh,
I think
yeah,
the issue at
his
hand is the
behavior.
genocide.
Well, we seem to be coming at this from two different angles, which is great, right? So let me ask you this. Hold on, you said it's my turn to ask, so let me do that.
You already
is it my turn to ask a question or
there's
what?
a genocide. You already recognize that Israel is committing a genocide.
I can care
Yeah.
about two things,
Don't you
Hassan.
think-
It's very
don't you
important
think
to
that
acknowledge
you're-
that.
Don't you think?
Okay, but if you recognize that Israel is committing a genocide, what you're saying is that that holds equal weight to like October 7th. And I'm sorry, but like it does. Those are not equal things. Like October 7th was horrific. It shouldn't have happened. All right, but Israel, frankly, made it inevitable. Okay, I'm not taking agency away from the freaks who did that. Okay, they're disgusting. But again, that's just the circumstances that Palestine found themselves in directly because of Israel's actions. Okay, it was inevitable. Something was going to fucking break. And frankly, Netanyahu doesn't give two shits about October 7th, okay? In fact, he probably loved that happened. He's like, oh, good, now we can go into Palestine and kill all of those stupid Palestinians and take their beachfront property. Like, it's disgusting, okay? So, yeah, October 7th sucked. But, like, it's, like, I'm sorry, Palestine is not the ones doing genocide on Israel. They're not equal issues.
My friend.
Narrow framework surrounding
Very
your own
easy.
personal feelings.
I'm not that smart, but I can care about two things.
God.
Okay, no, I can too.
Even if one is more urgent than the other.
you think your own personal feelings born out of your misunderstandings is more important.
Did
than
I say that? I
actually-
said one is more urgent than the other,
God.
referring to the genocide.
Oh, okay.
Another 50 biddies. How long you till? Thank you for 50 bits, but I don't know what you mean.
So you recognize that the genocide
Hassan,
is a more urgent issue.
Hassan, please,
but
let
you
me
spent
ask a question.
Almost all of your commentary
Yes, very
surrounding
good.
this issue on talking
Very
about
good.
your own personal feelings and how you've been wronged.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I was waiting for TTS. How long until Ethan tweets that Israelis like to build and that Arabs live in sewage? I mean, like, honestly, at this point, you might as well, right? Like, in for a penny, in for a pound. Just pull the trigger. Like, you know, go Zionist. You're doing Zionist propaganda. You might as well, like, you can get some pretty good fucking funding, I hear, for that. You might as well cash in. They're not going to take you, though, if you're accusing them of genocide. Just cash in, man. Like, just fuck it. At this point, you've already made a fucking freak of yourself. You know, like it honestly, it wouldn't be much different if he just came out and said, like, yeah, I'm a Zionist and I think Israel's pog and we should do the genocide.
By
Actually,
people.
Very good. Let me ask you. So you
Wait,
claimed
can you
on.
answer that question? Does
No,
that make
Hassan, you
sense?
asked your question. It's my turn.
what was the question?
Okay, so you recognize that the genocide
Hassan,
is a more urgent issue.
Hassan, please,
but
let
you
me
spent
ask a question.
Almost all of your commentary
Yes, very
surrounding this
good.
issue on talking
Very
about
good.
your own personal feelings and how you've been wronged by people.
Exactly.
Very good. Let me ask you. So you
Wait,
claimed
can you
on.
answer that question? Does
No,
that make
Hassan, you
sense?
asked your question. It's my turn.
He's
I
really
talked about
trying.
how gracious you were, man. What happened?
Wait, but does that make
I
sense
said
to
you're
you?
so gracious.
Hassan's
You're gonna let me
really
ask you a
trying.
question. What
Does
happened?
that make sense to you?
Don't make me take it back.
Does that make
All right,
sense
let me ask you a
to
question.
Ethan's not engaging in the conversation at all because he's just like, okay, Hassan, you ask your question, and then like he gives a surface level answer, and then he wants to move on and ask his own questions. It's clear that he has like a list of fucking drama talking points he wants to. He's fucking NPCing right now. He's NPCing. Like he has his list of talking points that he wants to go over, and he thinks that he looks good by giving Hassan the opportunity to also ask questions. That's why he's so insistent. He's like, Hassan, ask your question. Okay, now I ask mine. Swastika sword. From the river to the sea, I guess. Well, I guess that's related to Israel. The tier list. He brought up the tier list. Wait, is that what he's going to bring up next? Bring up that fucking tier list thing, whatever that was.
Hold on to that. Ask me after this.
Okay.
You defended Frogan's use of the Sabra tier list. What was
Here
your
we go.
opinion on that?
Oh my God.
The Sabra tier
Go ahead.
list? What is that? What's Sabra? Is that a food?
I think that the Sabra hummus tier list is
know what
absolutely
hummus is.
insane to consider anti-Semitic, and most people have already laughed about it. Despite
It's a hummus brand. Oh, okay. I heard a little bit about this. Sabra's like shit or something. Like it's basically the Great Value brand of hummus. That's what I've heard.
the fact that it was very damaging in terms of deplatforming a bunch
Gotcha.
of content creators that participated in this, egged on by yourself, by the way.
Yes. With
And
pleasure.
yeah, it's not
It's
even
insane.
remotely.
Okay.
It's not even remotely anti-Semitic. It's like
Very good.
identical to
Let
the
me ask you a
Cracker
Goodness. Hassan should do the Voshide strat of saying you'd be allowed to ask more questions if they weren't fucking stupid. I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you for another 50
that
bits.
Twitch capitulated on.
So let me follow up.
I
with
can't
this.
wait for
Have
him
you
to go
seen the
off.
Thumbnail?
The thumbnail?
Of
Yes,
what?
That's what I said.
Oh, of the
For
Sabra
what?
This
thing.
is the thumbnail that's still up. Now, let me ask you this, Hassan.
What?
Here's Frogan's thumbnail for the Sabra hummus tier
Uh-huh.
list. In the F tier is me and Ben Shapiro. Ben
Uh-huh.
Shapiro
Come on, he's just look. Here, I'm covering it. Hold on. He's just so pissy over fucking nothing. Do you know how many times like people have taken unflattering pictures of me, or like one guy actually AI generated me, okay, and like put me in his fucking thumbnail. I don't give a fuck. All right, I don't respect those people's opinions. Why the fuck would I care if they like? I thought it was funny. I honestly like. I think it's funny. So like, I just like I can't sympathize with your bitching, Ethan. This is bitching.
is not in the tier list. He has never explored or used. Why do you think Ben Shapiro is on the F tier?
Ethan? I'm gonna
Whoa,
walk you
answer
through
the
this.
question.
No, it's because they're
Wait,
Jews. Oh, I thought he was mad at the AI picture. No, it's because they're both Jews and they're both in the S tier. Oh no, maybe Frogan is anti-Semitic. Because the first thing I can't think of any other reason that Ben Shapiro would be in the F tier other than that he's Jewish. There's simply no other reason that Frogan would do that.
I'm
Dodge.
not
I think Ethan's
Dubs,
onto something here.
And I'm not
Oh,
Frogan.
but you can't make value judgments suddenly on your friends who you've spent all this time defending.
No, because I don't
Oh my
care.
God.
I
don't.
do.
Like, this is so,
I think it's
this
great
is-
you don't care. Why is Ben Shapiro there?
I don't know. I don't care. Probably because he's also a massive
Probably because he's
fucking-
Jewish?
What?
Because it's the most
Jewish?
most prominent Jewish
Do you
creators on
think
YouTube?
Ben Shapiro's Judaism is
No! He's gonna fucking switch. Okay, so you know how he did leftovers with Hassan? Dude, what if... Oh no. The tides... Wait, no. I just had a premonition. He's gonna get fucking hired onto the Daily Wire. He's already on the path. This is the first sign of it. He's defending Ben Shapiro's honor. Eventually, he's just gonna go full fucking pro-Israel. They need people. They just lost Candace Owens and what's her face? Not Abby Shapiro. Although it kind of looks like Abby Shapiro. You know who I'm talking about? Brett Cooper. Just lost both of them. And like I don't know. And that may be the next move. They need people really bad, and Ethan would be a huge pull for they'd be fucking slobbering over that. All Ethan has to do is just turn one dial. Just one dial. He's just got to crank it up one notch. And say that Israel is not committing a genocide, and what they're doing is actually based in Pog. And I can't wait for my beachfront property on Israel, on Israel's beachfront property, right? Because it's Israel now. Just one dial.
as to why he would be on this?
100% without a doubt, yes.
My old crush on Brett Cooper. I'm sorry, like maybe I'm like demisexual or something, but like I just can't. Like I don't care how attractive you are. Like once I find out you're a piece of shit, I am no longer attracted to you. I want nothing to do with you. Maybe that's just me.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead, take your time. I know it's a lot to process.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot to process.
Yeah, I know. Man. It's tough. You really
shit.
don't know what to say because it looks pretty
No,
bad.
because it's so fucking stupid, Ethan.
Well,
you
tell
look
me then.
Kinda dumb right
So
now.
why
you
is
look
Ben
kind
there?
of insane.
Yeah.
I'm
Why is
having a
Ben
hard
there?
time, like, I don't know why fucking.
I can't imagine what's going through Hassan's
thumbnail,
head.
And I don't care.
Why is Ben there?
I don't have any issue with this thumbnail.
Why is Ben there?
Because he is a prominent
Because
defender
he
of
sucks
Israel. I
ass.
suspect.
You're quick to say that Jews aren't the only Zionists, right? So why is Ben Shapiro, of all the people in the world who are conservatives, who are Zionists, Christian Zionists, why Ben Shapiro? Me and Ben Shapiro and F.
Ben Shapiro's like a right-wing poster child. He's like he's like Jordan. He's like more prominent than Jordan Peterson. Like I think you could make a fair argument, a fair case that he is perhaps the most famous and prominent conservative commentator that has ever been online, ever. Like, he's fucking Ben Shapiro. He doesn't need an introduction. He talks fast. He says really stupid and fucked up shit. He says facts don't care about your feelings and then proceeds to be all feelings about it. He thinks he's really smart. And his wife does not have a wet ass pussy. Yeah. That about sums it up. Like, that's like, everybody fucking knows who Ben Shapiro is, man. This is not that out there.
Here, the two most prominent Jewish
This
creators
is
on
crazy.
YouTube. That's a
This is
coincidence, just like
insane.
the swastika, huh?
Ethan,
These are two cosmic
Ethan,
coincidences.
So wait, is that Ethan? I thought for a second that they like did a, because that looks like they just AI generated Ethan to be like fat and balding. Is that somebody else? I thought that's what he was mad at. I misread the situation. He's actually, I can't, like, I just couldn't fathom that he'd be defending Ben Shapiro's honor. This is crazy.
Some they're really stacking up.
the tier list that you're talking about, first of all, the tier list that we're talking about was literally designed
Goodness.
by.
Very kind tonight. Also, like Daily Wire, people notoriously have shit takes on food. Remember JBP with the Wagyu tweet? No, I don't remember that tweet. Thank you for another 50 biddies. Appreciate you.
A Jewish content creator who you advocated to ban, and he got banned. His name
Very
is
good,
Rafi.
and I'm
You
glad he
called him
did.
a
He
token
definitely deserved
Jew.
it.
You called him a token Jew.
And I still stand by that. The man is
you
just
think-
fucking.
so you think that-
Yeah.
So you get to draw swastikas on PewDiePie, but Rafi can't say that there is a tier list here.
Good
where
point.
Sabra hummus.
This is Frogan's
Good
tier list.
point.
This is
the
her.
lowest. The Sabra hummus, liking Sabra hummus is the lowest tier.
Ben
And the
Shapiro.
highest tier is being able to get a Habibi pass. You, as a Jew, get to determine what other Jews are able to do. You're the Pope of the Jews, as Sam Cedar likes to call Ben Shapiro.
I'm not determining what
ironically
they
enough.
can
Is
do,
that what's
but
going
this
on?
is
Yes, Val talks.
This is
That is correct.
Rogan's bit. This is her stage. This is her bit. I mean, you can say the Jewish dude is the fall guy and
Can
did
you
everything,
tell me-
but that's
wait,
not
so
true.
You get to draw swastikas, but Rafi can't even say Sabra hummus is dog shit.
He can say whatever he wants.
He said freeze it, then air fry at 450, and then to get AU just with salt. What? Oh, for the Wagyu. He said freeze it, then air fry it at 450, and then to get AU just with salt and water on fucking Wagyu, no more than medium internally. I have no idea how to cook Wagyu, so I have no opinion on that. I assume because it's Jordan Peterson that it's really fucking stupid. But thank you very much for another 50 biddies.
Oh, so
I'm
he
not
can't, but
criticizing.
you're
By
gonna-
the way,
you're
I'm
gonna
not.
call him a
You think
token
that my
Jew for that.
criticism is that he doesn't like Sabra hummus? Are you being serious right now? By the way, is that a beef? Hold on. What are you drinking?
It's a Dr. Pepper cream soda.
Isn't that who owns that?
I don't know, but it's not on the BDS national BDS
Are you
list.
sure?
Yes,
We'll double
I'm
check.
100%
Dr.
sure.
Pepper cream soda.
Okay,
I haven't
we'll
had one of those in a
double check
minute.
You,
It's not about Sabra hummus, and like, let's not.
It's funny. He's got exactly the same taste in soda as I do. I go for zero when diet. When I'll go for diet if I have to, but zero is my preference. Diet Mountain Dew is actually pretty good though, which Hassan also drinks all the time, and also like the Dr. Pepper Zero stuff. Very good.
Let's
Ethan-
not be
Ethan,
obtuse.
Actually, the
That's-
BDS one is actually pretty funny too, because like you've been, you consistently talk about how like I drink Diet Coke or whatever. When that fan,
But yeah, like wait, I didn't even address like was Ethan mad at him for drinking a fucking Dr. Pepper? Why? I don't understand.
and came up to me and said, "Stop drinking Diet Coke." It was not on
Oh,
the
he's explaining.
Palestinian National Committee's official BDS list.
Oh,
Ever
right,
since
right,
it
right.
has
You're
been on
lying.
that official BDS
The
list.
BDS
I
list.
have
You're lying.
not drank Diet Coke or purchased any Diet Cokes at all.
You're lying.
Yeah, hot take on this, but like policing people on like the BDS list or whatever. Like, I'm sorry, like if you have people that you care about and who care about this issue, like yeah, you should suggest to them like so just so you know, like that company's on the BDS list. But like I feel like it's not productive to fucking police people on it in general.
It was on the list.
Wait, what is?
What? Yeah, it was on the list. You're lying.
What was on the list?
Coke.
Yes, it was put on the list, and I stopped purchasing Coke, and I stopped drinking Diet Coke, even though I love
You
Diet
said
Coke.
you know what's funny? You told
I didn't know Coke was on it. Okay, guess I'm back to PepsiCo then.
I think
her,
it's like not.
you
that
remember what you told her?
significant.
I actually just found out about the BDS list. I need to go through it.
son. You remember? Yeah, you remember what you told her? You said, "I'll just put it in a cup."
Yeah, no, I was joking with her because I thought that it was a ridiculous request at the time because it wasn't on the Palestinian National Committee's official boycott, divestment, and sanctions list, Ethan.
Okay. It's not about Sabra hummus, just so you know. Like, let's not
Wait,
be
what is it
silly
about?
about this.
Hassan's so deranged. I mean, you could make that argument in some cases for some things that he says, sure. But like in this instance, no, he is like absolutely the calm and rational person here. And he's just trying to like reach Ethan some fucking how. And he's having a great bit of difficulty doing it because Ethan just goes through his goddamn talking points that he had prepared to try to get one. Like he's just trying to get dunks. He's just trying to get owns. This is so fucking bad faith from Ethan that it's disgusting. Like you should not go into a fucking conversation, let alone a debate like this. Like I just, like it's disgusting.
It's about what's Sabra means a Jew born in Israel. It's an Israeli company.
Oh
It's
my
everybody knows it's
God.
like considered like Israeli hummus. It's been on the BDS
it's
list.
dark,
Everybody
it's
knows the
terrible.
connotations of Sabra
so-
hummus,
it's
right?
so doo-doo.
Nobody.
It is
yeah,
doo-doo
I don't
hummus.
like Sabra hummus either.
Do
But we're
we-
not
do-
talking about
okay.
hummus.
Okay.
What I don't
Great.
like is
So you-
anti-Semitism
okay.
perpetuated by your friends and swept by you.
It
Now,
was
why
a
should you be on
hummus
the X
tier
tier? That's
list.
a cosmic coincidence. Okay, let's move on. Very good.
Ethan,
Go ahead.
You fucking agree that it sucks dookie, dude. You just said that you don't like it. Fuck off. You're allowed to do a hummus tier list. That's not anti-Semitic to do a fucking hummus tier list.
Question.
Christ.
again, I'm not Frogan.
I know.
Now
it's-
you get to
don't
ask
know
your question. Okay, now you ask your question. I'll give a surface level answer again. Here we go. Round and round.
I know. How can I make value judgments on my friends I've been defending for 2 years?
Also, there
can
is
say?
there is a tier list.
I hate him.
In
I
front of
hate
me,
him. This is so
and
bad.
It seems like a bunch of people, both Jewish
Ben
and
Shapiro and
non-Jewish,
me
are
are in the
on
F
the
tier.
Loves
Oh, okay, it
Sabra
is him.
tier list.
You're looking at the end. I'm looking at the thumbnail, bro. I'm talking about the thumbnail.
I know, but
right?
I'm actually kind of surprised with how petty he's being that he did not get upset about like the fat edit or whatever it was.
First
the
of all,
bald fat edit.
again, I'm making inferences about editorial decisions that other people have made. I'm just simply speculating at this point. But you know, it's a.
Are you
it's a
not embarrassed
joke.
by this armpit hair? It's so cringy, bro. It's like so weird. I'm glad you changed that finally. On a separate
What?
note.
Wait, what did he just say? Wait, yeah, what did he just say?
It's a.
Are you
It's a
not embarrassed
joke.
by this armpit hair? It's so cringy, bro. It's like so weird. I'm glad you changed that finally.
Oh, he's fucking talking about the thumbnail. Still. Yeah, he's got. Some people have armpit. I have armpit hair. I don't shave it. I gotta
Making a
fix that.
tier list of chickpeas and tahini paste is directly supporting hummus.
That is true. Yeah, I have heard that. Thank you very much for $5 dues, Balthazar. Appreciate you. Yeah, like he's fucking talking about Hassan's armpit hair. Like, okay, if you shave your armpits, that's fine. That's your deal. But I have armpit hair. Most guys have armpit hair. Most guys don't shave their pits. And nobody fucking cares. I think it feels weird when I shave my pits. I think I've done it. Have I? Wait, no. Have I ever shaved my pits? I feel like I've done it at least once, and I did not like it. I don't know.
On a separate
Maybe
note,
it was my ass that I shaved.
What?
I find it just so weird and bizarre.
I didn't
that
like
this
that
was your
either.
Thumbnail for so long. Also, ironically, wearing a Rolex hat, which is like,
And honestly, I'm sorry, the fucking armpit hair, it looks good. It looks good. I think, like, I'm not a hair guy. I don't like body hair very much, but, like, honestly, like, yeah, the armpit hair looks fine. It looks natural. It looks good.
probably
Yeah.
the symbol of capitalist excess.
Yeah.
Nice Switch Kitty.
Yeah.
I got a free Rolex
Cool,
hat
dude.
from a friend of mine. I still wear it every now and then.
Yeah, and you're so, oh wow, who knew? So anyway,
Wait,
Ben
I'm
Shapiro was
wait, what?
accidentally in
What
the
does
F
this have
tier.
to do with anything? What's going on?
No,
man?
no,
What's
no.
Yeah, I
happening?
know it's confusing. It's very confusing for you. It's like
Yeah,
a car
there's
crash, I'm sure.
So why do you think there's a Jewish man?
So
in
this
the
is a
A
cosmic
tier?
Hassan old Twitter profile pic. Yeah, it was on the thumbnail, I think.
mistake. Let's move
on
on.
the tier list. If you think that it's like all about anti-Semitism,
call me daddy.
and
Literally.
Do you think that this is at least a bad coincidence?
No, I don't. I really
Well,
don't.
that's fantastic.
No, I don't think it's a bad coincidence at all. I think you're
The Hamas
deranged.
hummus puns don't work over TTS.
No, I'm sorry. I did see the joke, and I didn't. That was mean of me. I didn't react to it. Thank you very much for $2 dues.
like you're trying to find with a
You're giving me
fine-tooth
money.
comb,
I should
any
appreciate you
instance
more.
Of course.
That even
The Jewish
come across as
man is
remotely
crazy. He
anti-Semitic,
sees
and you're
anti-Semitic.
Oh
really
my
everywhere.
god!
Just
If you want my
cosmic
perspective, I'm telling you.
mistakes.
If you want my
Oh
perspective, I'm
my
giving it to you.
god!
I think genuinely, okay? I think genuinely, at a time when there is unprecedented levels of
Yes,
open
I know. We
out
can't
and
talk about
about
anything else. That's
anti-Semitism,
very convenient for you.
at a time when there's unprecedented levels of out and about anti-Semitism with incredibly prominent, oftentimes right-wing conservative figureheads actively talking about Jews, okay, in deeply anti-Semitic fashion. You
One sec,
have
I'm still
lasered
listening.
in on people that you can't even actually catch, quote unquote, dead to rights because they're not anti-Semitic.
Well,
And
they're
you
not wearing a
want to
shirt that
make
says
them-
"I hate
it
Jews,"
seems
but they're
to me-
walking around
it seems to me
swastikas
like you-
and doing tier lists with Jews on the bottom. I
It
mean, that's as
seems to
close as
me
you can pretty
like
much fucking
you-
get without them just saying "I hate Jewish people."
Ethan, it seems to me like you
And I
want
think you're
them
acting
to
really
be
silly and obtuse
anti-Semitic.
right now. The guy who's all about microaggressions and understanding the perspective of minorities and stuff, telling a Jewish man that he's hallucinating
Yes.
anti-Semitism and
I'm
won't
doing
even
that.
concede that this looks bad.
No,
okay,
you're
fantastic.
hallucinating
It's wild how when he
anti-Semitism
talks
in
to
this-
Sam it's solely about Palestine, but here, Ethan has to paint Hassan in a negative light because Hassan and Sam literally 100% agree.
Yeah. He was doing a lot. He was putting in a lot of effort to look good on Sam Cedar's show until he couldn't. I think that he reached a point where he couldn't help himself. Thank you very much for another 100 biddies. You guys are being very kind tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I wanted to show you though real quick. Look how pretty this blue color is. I was just reminded that I just bought it, and I'm very eager to craft something with it. Isn't that nice? This is my favorite color right there. That's like this shade too. Like I should make a Sonic. Thank you, Valera. I should make a Sonic. Very good. I also want to use it though for my chibi dolls that I was talking about earlier. This is going to be a pillow. I figure it's pretty easy to work on, so I'm going to try to work on it while we continue.
circumstance. I'm not
Very
saying
good.
anti-Semitism is not
Crocheting's fun. You
a
should get
prominent
into it.
fixture of American politics.
Very good.
I actually do think that
It's fun and
anti-Semitism
cheap and useful.
has exploded in
Very brave of
popularity
you to
in
say.
American
Very brave.
politics, especially. So that's not my point at all. I'm saying you individually right now wish that these people were anti-Semitic. So you're trying
really
to
don't.
find anything you can hold on to.
It's
But
really
once
not a
again,
stretch, man.
None of those people are me. So I don't know why
Let's
we've
stop with the
devolved
value judgment thing.
conversation
Like, you
away
can't make a
from-
decision. It sounds stupid as hell, dude.
What?
Wait, I sound
Let me
stupid
ask-
as hell? What?
No, when you go, I can't draw. I'm not them. I mean, it's.
I mean, I don't know why you're asking me what their genuine decision making
This is wild.
Why would I
and
want my
don't know.
best friend
I can't
Idubs to
tell
be
you what their-
anti-Semitic?
What their process was.
Why would
But
I
don't
want
think
my
it's
best
an
friend
issue.
Idubs to be anti-Semitic? Why would I want that?
Oh my God!
I think I
Everybody's
enjoy my
anti-Semitic.
friends and people around me
Can I be honest?
being
Do you
anti-Semitic.
want me to tell you why? I don't
I
think
would
you're gonna
love.
like.
He literally, okay, I can say this because I actually do have training in mental health. This sounds like fucking paranoia. Like, he sounds like he has, like, an issue with paranoia.
You're just a crochet wild man. You should make a Sinistia or Sinistia.
A Sinistia or Sinistia? Let me look them up real quick. Sinistia. I remember that. Yeah. The only thing on this is the design. Like the intricacies on the... Like, this would be a little tricky to get, but I could try. Perhaps one day. I would do it for a custom order. Oh, my fucking... Hold on. I gotta show you guys this while I have a lot of people here, because I like showing off. Let me find it real quick. I know I fucking put it in the Discord. Oh no, did I not put it in the Discord? No, I didn't put it in the Discord. Ah, okay. I'll have to pull it up later. But it's a bronzong. It's a shiny bronzong. Those who remember know that that thing was a fucking beast. I was so goddamn proud of that. And I sent that out with a fucking smile on my face. I'm like, this is going to make that person so happy. And I charged them $200 fucking for that. Mind you. They got that for a fucking steal. Okay? I just did that for the fucking love of the game. I was proud of that shit. I'll show you guys sometime.
Yeah, this
before
is gonna be good.
somebody remind me before stream ends.
You want everyone that is criticizing
Thank you,
to be
Balthazar.
anti-Semitic so that it makes you feel better about your position. It's not your own personal positions that you have explained to people that come across like you're using anti-Semitism as a shield to deflect criticisms against Israel. And
This
if
is,
they are
what
actually
an
out and about
analysis.
anti-Semites, that'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable.
It's
you've
really
won the
bad,
argument in
Dylanicus.
your mind, and that your community would also finally go, oh yeah, you're right. You're a permanent victim in this situation. But because there's an unimaginable amount of anti-Semitism everywhere online, it comes across as shocking that you laser in on what you perceive are dog whistles when they're very clearly not even dog whistles at all.
Did you even watch the explanation? Did I watch the explanation? You must be... Hold on. You must be brain broken while he's advocating for Palestinian. You still say he is a terrorist is amazing. He wasn't a Houthi. Did you even watch the explanation? Sounds like talking points. All right, I think you're like speaking to Ethan in the second person. Okay, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what?
And I'll give you an example of this. Something that you did that I found very funny was you tweeted, or you don't tweet, sorry. You Instagram posted about my Theo Von podcast appearance.
Sure
My
did.
Theo Von podcast appearance where you were like, oh, I can't believe Theo Von didn't actually ask him about his like dangerous anti-Semitism or any number of different things in the conversation, including, I think you talked about Rick Scott. Now, we did actually talk. Theo Von and I did actually talk about Rick Scott.
Let's pull
I'm
that
sure you
clip
didn't see
up,
that.
Hassan.
But hold on. Let me finish. But
I
what
don't know
I
what he's
found
talking
very
about.
strange about that was the fact that Theo Von, and I didn't even know this at the time, the day prior to me, had actually interviewed Candace Owens. I think you and I both agree that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite, right?
I think that he was on that 1-2 punch.
Okay, so...
Wow,
so
bow, bang.
Do you think
Hit him with that
Ethan-
anti-Semitism, boy.
Ethan, as your former
Think he was-
podcast
he was on a
co-host,
vibe.
as your former podcast co-host,
I don't know what they're talking
do you
about.
think that I
don't know these
am
people, besides
anti-Semitic,
Candace Owens.
one, and if I am, if you think I am, do you think I'm as anti-Semitic as Candace Owens?
So, yes, I think you're anti-Semitic at this point. I'm comfortable saying that.
At this
Are you
point.
as anti... Well, let
Do
me
you- okay,
finish.
then let's
Let
move
me
on from
finish. You
Frogan
asked me 2
and
questions.
let's address
No.
what you think
You
I'm
asked
doing that's
me.
anti-Semitic.
Hold the phone. You asked me 2 questions.
Well, the Nazi sword was
together.
brought
I'm going
up.
to answer both. You
Let's
said,
see,
do you
we
think
got-
I'm anti-Semitic?
Hold on.
After talking to you so far
Let's see. We got swastika sword.
today, I can say unreservedly yes.
Hold on.
Do you-
We got swastika sword. We got the hummus tier list. And I know this is kind of part of the tier list, but like the thumbnail like put Ben Shapiro and Ethan Klein in F tier. Clearly because they're both Jews. That had to be the reason. There's no other reason that It's just so stupid. Like, come on, Ethan. You're so much. I know there's still got to be something good in there, man. I'm a believer. I'm a believer, man. Okay? I'm a believer that he's going to have a magical comeback. He has to. You got Ethan. I know you're in there. Come out, Ethan. We've been waiting for you. Whatever this fucking brain parasite is, cast it out. I'm not. Klein isn't worth the effort. I believe. I'm a believer.
Do I think that you are more anti-Semitic than Candace Owens? No. But I think your form of anti-Semitism
Crucify
is way
me.
more
I'm a believer.
destructive and sinister. Candace Owens
so
is
you think I'm
outright.
anti-Semitic
Hold
now?
on there, Hassan. This is an important
You think
question.
I'm anti-Semitic now? Because 2 days ago you said
I'm
I
going
wasn't.
to answer. I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
You just said that he's anti-Semitic.
yesterday.
Your form of
I think.
anti-Semitism is way more insidious because it's silent, it's tricky. She's
that?
out there just saying what she believes, and
Oh.
I respect her for that. Nick Fuentes is just out there. Nobody knows that what's his stance on Israel. Candace Owens' stance on Israel. But you're tricky. What you do is deny the heritage of Middle Eastern Jews, stuff like that. You accuse them of being always the
What?
oppressor, always.
Can you
everything?
point to-
And by the way, you spent the first part of this debate calling me insane for what I think most people would perceive as
No, he called you insane like once because you were fucking insane, man. Like, he was not wrong. You're being a little insane. Yeah.
blatant, obvious
Ethan,
anti-Semitic acts.
I don't think most people.
He fucking respects Candace. Wait, did he say that? Did I miss that?
Like that. You accuse them of being always the
What?
oppressor, always.
Why the fuck would he respect Candace Owens? Of all people. Like, what do you mean he fucking respects Candace Owens? How? Like, how can you possibly? Hassan's probably going to bring that up. How can you possibly hate Hassan as much as you do for his alleged anti-Semitism, and then say you have a great amount of respect for fucking Candace Owens? Candace Owens. Really? You missed it? Yeah, I figured. I'm not gonna go back and find it. Thank you for another 50 biddies. That's crazy. That's actually insane.
Can you
Everything.
point to-
And by the way, you spent the first part of this debate calling me insane for what I think most people would perceive as blatant, obvious
Ethan, I think-
anti-Semitic acts.
I don't think most people would look at what you're doing right now and think that
Well,
this
let's
is
not worry
a
about
sign
that.
of
Let's-
mental
let's-
sanity.
Shut the
Well,
fuck up for
we'll
2
have time to
seconds,
poll
man.
the audience afterwards. So let's
Okay.
continue.
All right. Well, look. Going back to the Theo Vaughn situation, and you said so.
I don't
you
know
said
who
I'm
Theo Vaughn
anti-Semitic,
is.
right?
I've heard his
Yesterday
name.
you said, or 2 days ago, in the aftermath of the Sam Cedar conversation, you said I'm not anti-Semitic. So what has changed in that process? Is it this conversation that you and
Good
I
question.
Yes.
had? Okay. All right. Got it.
This
All right.
conversation?
Here's the clip, by the way. You accuse me of not.
Dog, you fucking brought up his goddamn sword. Like, no. He's fucking bullshitting.
You accuse me of not mentioning that Theo Vaughn did not ask you about Rick Scott. Let's go back and watch the clip.
No, I said
Because, like,
I didn't
of
say
what
in
you
the
just
clip.
mentioned.
Bro,
I
you
said in your
literally look like the
Instagram
dude from
story.
Beetlejuice. That's crazy.
On your
The small head
Ethan,
guy?
I use my words very
What?
carefully. I said in the Instagram story that you posted. I don't
Small
watch
head
your
guy,
stream.
Beetlejuice.
We're really doing the small head jokes right now. Like, that's literally a community meme. He doesn't give a shit. It's like calling me bald. It's like, yeah, I'm bald. Okay. Good stuff.
That much. I don't. I only see like
In the
bits and
waiting room?
pieces of it.
Bro, that's crazy. Do you see the resemblance?
What?
He's
That's-
such
You're
a
this guy
child.
from Beetlejuice. In this photo, you have like the same coat and shit.
This is
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
It's
that's.
good.
You
This
are
is
a comedian.
embarrassing.
I sure am, buddy. I see you laughing. All right, anyway. So you accuse me of misrepresenting what happened. Let's play the clip.
He literally said H3 respects her because she's at least honest, and Hassan is like facetious or whatever. But like, I don't respect people who are on, and also she's not honest. She doesn't give a fuck about Palestine. None of the Nazis do. They just use that as a goddamn a virtue signal to show like, hey, I'm actually not a Nazi. I care about Palestinians and their plight, I guess. Go Team Palestine. Get those points. Like it's silly. It's Candace Owens is a disingenuous piece of shit. No, she is not honest. Sometimes she is, but she's not about the fucking Palestine thing. Sorry. Thank you very much for another 50 biddies.
Right? $800 billion,
That's crazy.
$800 billion of Medicare and Medicaid that they want to cut. Mike Johnson goes on stage, says, goes on Caitlin Collins on CNN and says, oh, there's a lot of fraud.
This type of shit is what you resort to when losing an argument. Not even. It's like, this is like baby shit. This is toddler shit. Like the small head thing. Toddler shit. Like, I would do that like as a goof in a group chat, maybe. Like, but in a fucking, like, serious conversation that your friend is trying to have with you. This is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Terrible look.
Right? $800 billion of Medicare and Medicaid that they want to cut. Mike Johnson goes on stage, says, goes on Caitlin Collins on CNN and says, oh, there's a lot of fraud happening. There's not fraud happening in Medicare and Medicaid on the point of the recipient.
Right.
It's happening on the point of the providers.
Right.
And that's why I got banned recently on Twitch yesterday. Because
Sorry about that one day.
Yeah. So you just got back.
Yeah, Libs of TikTok was like
when
about how I said
Wait, what is this?
And they
why are we bringing this up? Like, this is, for those who don't know, he said if they really cared about fraud and abuse, they would kill Rick Scott, which I do not endorse, and you should not kill anybody because that's bad. But like, that's what he said, and like Twitch fucking banned him. I covered it. Looking back, I guess like he kind of, I'm not saying he deserved it, but like, yeah, that was spicy language, right? So whatever. But like, why are we bringing it up here?
As though it was a call to action to assassinate.
Wait, why are you showing me this?
Senator.
Well, you're saying I didn't bring this up, but or I'm saying that Theo didn't bring this up. He didn't.
It was
you
spicy.
Brought it up, framed it in your own way to
No,
basically
no,
preempt
Ethan,
a tough question. Yeah.
Ethan, I said on the Instagram story that you posted about me, Dan, can you switch it back to Ethan?
Don't switch it back, Dan. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm switching it back. 1 second.
All right, thanks, Dan.
I
this
know,
looks
man.
ridiculous on my end.
It sure
I'm
does,
sorry.
buddy.
Okay. So yeah, this was
What?
if you want,
And
you
it's
can
not
also
just
pull
'cause
up
of the video.
post as well. But the post I was referring to was make sure Theo knows how you feel about hosting a terrorist adjacent content creator. And I believe there was another post about it or something. But again,
I said he was irresponsible to platform you and not ask you difficult questions.
So the question I have for you once again is like,
Wait.
like
He literally asked him about like getting banned off of Twitch for allegedly like threatening a politician. Like that is a difficult question. Like, yeah, Hassan, can you address this comment that you made that some people, a lot of people, like national fucking headlines? Yeah, that's a tough question. Like, it may not be for him, but objectively, it is like a relevant and good question to ask in an interview. Now, it's not all about you. This is like narcissistic as shit. This is not all about you, Ethan.
he had Candace Owens on. Like, do you
Yeah.
feel like that's a little bit more damaging in terms of spreading?
Don't forget, Ethan also speaks more positively of Sam Hyde than Hassan. That's crazy work. Thank you very much for another 50 biddies.
Potentially anti-Semitic narratives.
Crazy work.
Or do you think that anti-Semitism is when you feel bad personally?
Thank you.
That could be any number of different things that I've done in any given moment.
It's like he takes the words out of my mouth every
yes,
time.
I think you were just as bad as her in your own special way, and that's
You
why.
think I'm just
and
as
you guys
bad
were
as
hitting that
Candace
same
Owens
flavor.
on
Yes.
anti-Semitism in my
Yes.
own special way.
That's
Okay, got it.
crazy.
All right,
Very
cool.
good. Very good. So let me ask
can
you
you
a
The gloves
question.
are off. The
Hassan,
gloves
can I
are
ask you a
off.
question?
Officially, not talk about like Frogan or anyone else and tell me why I'm anti-Semitic? Because
Well, we're
yesterday,
kind
2
of
days ago,
getting
you said
there.
I wasn't.
I can
but-
feel the gloves coming
But
off.
also,
I already-
for a year,
You're repeating yourself.
well, I am because you haven't answered this question.
I
2
have
days ago,
literally
you said I
answered it
wasn't
probably
anti-Semitic.
2 times.
For
The
a
reason that I'm
year-
saying you're
for a
anti-Semitic is
year-
because how you responded to my question at the beginning of this interview.
Ethan, for an entire year, you called me a virulent anti-Semite, a rabid
No,
anti-Semite. You
never did.
You did. You went back
Did
and
not.
forth on it.
I have
Even
actually
Dan
went
checked
back
you
and
on it.
checked. I
Even-
had said that you spread anti-Semitism and stuff, but I never called you an anti-Semitic. I went
so I
back
was
and
just-
checked.
Okay, dude, if you spread anti-Semitism, you're a fucking anti-Semite. That's the implication. Okay? Unless you're doing it by accident. Did you think Hassan made all these whoopsie-doos? Like, that's crazy.
Spreading anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Is about
It's
Habibi,
it's
not
a
Sabri,
meaningless
you're conceding to the
difference.
framing? Yeah,
It's a
we're not
distinction
conceding to
without a
anything. I don't want to
difference.
even talk about the tier list anymore. Stop it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let me ask
He's
you.
shutting
my
it
turn.
down.
Do you think it's
What
appropriate?
do you mean my
to
turn?
do you think it's appropriate to accuse any Jewish person you disagree with of working with the ADL?
It depends on the.
No, I don't. I
Here,
don't think
for
it's
example, is
appropriate.
someone
But if you're
using it
talking
to
about me
anti-Semitically.
saying that Ethan Klein and ADL in unison got.
Hassan, let me
got
finish.
people-
You're
got people
getting
deplatformed,
ahead of
then
yourself,
yes,
buddy.
I do think that that's a
You're getting
valid
ahead of
thing
yourself, man.
That's a valid thing to not only speculate, but also I stand on
Hold
that
the
for sure.
phone. Hassan, I'm getting there. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy. Here's an example
Oh
of
my
it being
God.
used in an anti-Semitic way. I'm sure you'll agree. Timeline on that
I
doesn't make
hate
a lot of
him.
sense.
Who's this? What is this?
Hey, this is your fan who ran up on me on Rodeo.
Who the fuck is this guy? My fan?
Yeah,
This
What?
you
wait,
remember.
Is this the guy? Wait,
yeah, you remember.
No, this is the guy that you claimed
I don't know
was
this
my
lore.
fan, right? He was calling me the fucking F slur.
I mean, there's a
on-
clip
on
of
the
being
timeline.
like,
He's not a
yo,
fan.
I love this dude. Anyway, who cares if he's your
No,
fan
no,
or
no,
not?
no, no,
The
no,
point
no.
is,
Hold on, hold
no,
on,
it
hold on,
doesn't.
hold on.
Who cares?
You brought
No.
this dude up.
It doesn't matter.
And I believe
I'm
this is not
showing
the
him
first
as
time
an
you brought this
example
dude up.
of you.
It does matter. It does matter.
Okay,
You brought
fine.
him-
Dude, you just said that it's his fan. It does. It clearly matters to you. Who is this guy? I have no earthly idea.
He's not a fan. I don't care.
You brought him up.
Listen,
Wait, what do you mean you don't care? Now
if
you
I
don't
brought
care.
him up,
You just
Hassan,
brought it up.
If I brought him up,
That
let me
person is
finish
not
my
a fan of
point.
mine. Why did
Save
you?
it.
Why did you make it seem like that person was a fan of
Hassan.
mine then?
This is crazy.
Let me get to there, okay? You
No,
asked
get
me.
there right
it's
now.
my turn to ask a question.
That's a
Just
fair
because I
fucking
brought him
question,
up
man.
Doesn't
Guy is
give
a
you
fan
the
of mine,
space to
Ethan? Is it
interject.
because he rolled up to me and tried
Let
to
me
fucking
finish.
clout farm? Is that
Don't interrupt my NPC dialogue tree. I only have so much capacity in my brain left for for this discussion. Like my brain's rotted away to basically nothing. So don't interrupt the flow. That's all I can do right
why?
now.
At
Yes.
the encampment
Okay,
where I
thank
was
you
Go down
very
my
clearly
dialogue
disturbed
tree.
by his presence? Is that
Hassan,
why?
I think you know where I'm going, and I think you're scared.
Ethan, can you
Yeah,
answer
let me.
the question?
Ethan, you just accused that was a heavy accusation, my friend. If somebody accused me of one of my fans going out and doing some shit like harassing some other content creator that I dislike, like fucking, I don't know, who do I not like? I don't like a lot of people. But one of them is the point. Like, I wouldn't advocate for that. I'd say no, fuck you, and I'd ban them. Like, and also I would want some fucking evidence of that. Like, if they made the accusation, hey, this person's your fan, I'd be like, okay, what's your evidence? You know, like, if you can give me ample evidence that this person's my fan and my words inspired them to come harass you, then I will apologize to you and I will ban them permanently. And I'll even make an entire video segment saying, hey, don't fucking do this. But like, Ethan, you got to present that fucking, like, you can't, like, that's a serious accusation, man. You got to back that up.
Question: Why did
Let me
you falsely claim that this fucking random
Because
dude
he's
who
on
does
video
not
saying
like
he
me
loves you, that you're
is
his
a
favorite
fan of
person in the
mine?
world. What do you mean?
Didn't wait.
All right,
Didn't
Hassan,
you
here you
use
go,
him
buddy.
approaching you?
Here we go. You
Didn't
wanted
use
it,
him
I've got it.
approaching you.
Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sorry.
I love you.
I'm so sorry.
I love you.
I
Do you
love
feel
you,
like this is
bro.
an environment of
You're the GOAT.
for me.
You're the coolest guy in the world, bro.
Is this the same guy?
Wow, how crazy.
You look gay in that.
I'm fucking, is this another hysterical delusion?
Yes, it is, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why. Because we spent
Wow,
a good
dude,
deal
I
of
love
the
you. You're the
encampment.
GOAT, bro.
We spent a good deal of our time in the encampment. If you watch the unedited full live stream, we spent a good deal of the entirety of the
that.
encampment running away from him because he kept trying to ask
listen.
me dumbass fucking questions. For
Okay,
his
but that's
own
got nothing to do with he's a
dumbass-
fan.
For his
Listen,
own dumbass
Hassan,
podcast.
please, you're derailing this, and I need
I'm not
to
derailing
make
it.
an.
It's not
You
called derailing.
absolutely
When
are.
I'm telling you I was there and I'm telling you the situation.
He was there fucking irritating and annoying Hassan. He was pretending to be a fan to like get under fucking Hassan's skin. Is that not the Occam's razor answer here? Like, Hassan literally said the guy was annoying us. We were trying to avoid him. Like, yeah, you could argue that that's maybe a psycho fan. But, like, if later you find out on his social media he's, like, calling him an F-slur, yeah, I'd say he probably is not a real fan then. Like, he was being a shitter.
Okay, you are nefariously making
He's a
it seem as though
4chan
this person
fucking
is a massive fan of mine.
Do I need to
He was
play
just
the
trying to
clip
clout
again?
chase.
Yes,
I'll play
exactly.
it again, you know.
You can play that clip again.
Oh my God.
Here, I'll add subtitles.
Can you play the clip where he openly admits he doesn't know who I am and asks people around?
Clearly a cloud
You're
chaser.
my hero, bro. I love
You're
you.
the coolest guy in the world.
You're the coolest guy in the world.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one.
I think I look gay in that one.
This is crazy.
Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
If
You
you
okay?
think he was a fan of mine, why'd you call him a Sneeko fan when you interviewed him?
Because he's both. I mean, surely there's crossover.
Oh, there's a crossover.
Do I need to play the video again?
Well,
I'll do it again.
My
Fuck it.
producer and my camera
I'll play it again.
March. My producer and my camera op, March,
Can I give you a hug?
was
I'm so
there.
bro. I love you, bro. I'm so
And he's in the
I love
chat
you,
right
bro.
now.
I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're
Oh my
the
God.
coolest guy in the world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay.
Listen, he might not be a fan, but you can't accuse me of being delusional for saying
You
that.
are delusional.
Okay, very good. I'm delusional. Let me get to my point, please.
I mean,
so I'm not even asking you to endorse this guy. I'm just simply showing you.
I don't endorse him, and he's
I know
not a
you
fan
don't.
of mine. So why did you claim that he was a fan of mine? Because he fucking clout
I'll play it
chased-
again. I mean, I feel like
because
we're
he was
running in
He's
circles.
clout
I'll play the
chasing.
clip again.
Palestinian encampment.
Dude,
That's
you
why-
know what
that's all
cloud
it takes
chasing
for you?
is. This is the same logic as it says National Socialist. That means that they were social. Like, it's the same exact fucking thing. Like, it's brain dead logic. Like, oh, the guy said he's a fan, therefore he must be, right? He identifies as a hasanabi fan right now, so like he must be one, right?
No, it was when he said, "You're the GOAT. You're my hero. I love
He
you."
didn't know who I was. He was just saying that so he could fucking ask for an interview
He
for his
literally
podcast,
recognized
for his
you.
POA podcast.
Okay, who cares? I don't care.
Wait,
So
now
let me
you
move
don't
on.
care.
Yes,
Do you want
you
to talk about this for 2
do!
hours, or do you
It
want to
seems
actually
like
have a
this is
conversation?
Wait, well, hold on. You can't just say you
You
don't
do
care all of a sudden
care.
when you look like a fucking
Crazy
asshole for
work.
falsely claiming that some random person who
I'll play it
stalked
again.
you is a fan of mine. You said he was a fan of mine in, I believe, in your.
This is 7 hours? Yeah, I'm learning that. Somebody told me that it was like fucking 6 or 7. That is insane to me. That is like a third of your fucking day. Like, that you just spend. How did he do this for 7 hours? How on God's earth? As a cloud chaser sending donos to get viewers, I think that guy's a cloud chaser. As a former cloud chaser myself, yes, I agree. And I would even argue current cloud chaser. I chase cloud sometimes. Not a big deal, but just don't be cringe about it. Thank you for another 50 biddies. But I agree, yes,
Okay,
definitely cloud
I
chaser.
lied. Yeah, I
You said he was
lied
a
about
fan
him
of
being a
mine,
fan.
and I was sending harassment your way.
I concede. Yes.
Don't you think
very
that's
good.
a big point of contention? Don't you feel like this is a big point of contention?
I concede. I want to show you an example
do you
of.
see my side of this though? Because
I
like
think-
a
no,
random,
you're
a
being
random
dishonest.
Sneeko, a random
No,
Sneeko
what?
fan comes up to me, wants
Random
the clout
Hassan
chase.
fan.
He's a
comes up to
Sneeko
you.
fan.
Yeah, wants the cloud chase, and you turn around and you say that he is a fan of mine to prove a point, to make a false point to imply that I'm sending people to harass you. Do you feel
That's
like
not
that's
what I implied.
appropriate?
That's a
I was joking, but to an extent we all are. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Humans like the validation and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for another 50.
total lie. I have never accused you of anything of the sort.
So
That
you
is an
didn't-
outright,
you did not imply
horrific,
that this person that was a
bad
fan
faith
of mine
lie.
was
Yes, I
actually
did.
harassing you.
Yes. Now that's a big logical leap, Hassan, from he's a fan of yours to you're sending people to harass me. That's fucking insane. And by the way,
Did
I
he
mean,
not
you
harass you?
are a liar. You know that.
Dude, no. That's basically what you're saying, though. It's like not that far off. Like you're saying, you're the one who brought up that he's a Hassan fan. Okay, you did that for a reason, to insinuate that Hassan basically inspired his behavior toward you. Okay, that was the insinuation. So he may not have directly told this guy, "Hey, go bug the shit out of Ethan Klein." And I know you're not making that claim, but the claim you are making is not far off. You're saying that it's the same thing as like being a stochastic terrorist, right? Like, this is not terrorism, obviously. It's just some dipshit clout chasing and harassing Ethan. But it's the same concept.
Did he not harass you?
Bro, what are you talking about?
Did he not
you
harass
send
you?
him? Did you send him to
hold on.
harass me? No.
Did you get him to admit? Did you get to him admitting Hilo was a terrorist? No, not yet. I don't know how far I'm gonna get in this. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. But I can't watch the whole fucking 7 hours tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go either until I get bored or until 11. I think that's fair, and then I'm gonna call it quits because I want to get dinner and have a romantic evening with my wife while we watch One Piece.
Did he harass you and then you imply in your video that he was a fan of mine, leading the audience to believe, leading the audience to believe. Here, we have a clip, by the way, Dan, if you want to play this supposed fan of mine, since you guys are playing clips over there.
By the way, this was a while ago. He turned on you when he saw that you support trans rights. I know. He spoke ill of you.
No. Even before he actually meets
me. Who cares? I'm not even mad. I don't care about this guy.
No, well, seemingly you care enough about it that you brought him up here and you used him in the past.
You didn't even let me explain why I'm showing it.
You used him in the past to act like I was sending hate your way.
Bro, you're terrified because you know where this is going.
No, he's clearly just trying to address a fucking claim that you made against him. A very serious accusation, I must say.
I have no idea where this is going. This has been a journey.
Well, how about you let me fucking speak, and then
I don't either.
Figure out we can take the journey together.
This clip, though?
So this clip is just an example, not that you're endorsing him, not that he's a fan.
Dan, I sent you a clip.
I passed it along. It's out of my hands.
It's the first.
I'll play it.
Dude, his employees fucking hate him, but they can't go anywhere.
Even redacted from PA wouldn't be this spiteful. WTF.
I agree. Like, listen, redacted from PA, Mike from PA, for those who don't know, who I used to watch and enjoy, to be honest with you, because he can be normal when he wants to. But Cringe Lord, and best known for his moment with Bad Bunny, formerly known as Bad Bunny, now she's known as Kira Chats, who I've had exactly one interaction with, I think 2 interactions with ever. Anyway, he had a cringe moment with her, whereupon he touched her shoulder and shied away like this and was like, I feel like I'm touching a vampire or something like that. It was really, really bad. It was it was like 16-year-old tries to act like their favorite anime type bad. Like, it was so fucking, it was really bad. But that's what he's most famous for. I just don't like the guy. Like, he was on Sam Cedar recently, like a couple months ago, I think, and he just looked like a douche. Like, he's just like, well, all the work that I did, all the work that my group did in, doing all of this wonderful leftist praxis that we've been doing, unlike you simple. Like, it was really bad. And Sam Cedar, like, actually gives him pushback when it comes to supporting Kamala Harris. Yeah, what's a TIFF? Sewer socialism, yeah. She doesn't even stream anymore. Oh, yeah, she's moved on to something else, I guess. She was a pure grifter. She thought that, like, she could get in on the leftist grift and then discovered that there's no such thing as a leftist grift. So...
Play it, I'll play it.
George Soros does not, in fact, pay well.
Pothead or Potman. Is that it? Hey, I can be on it. Are you guys doing interviews? I'm Palestinian. I know I look Jewish.
He doesn't.
Oh, no, we're just streaming.
Israeli. I look like Israeli.
We're just the guy. Normally the answer would be yes, but he's busy right now.
What are you guys doing?
You're not there.
We're just streaming.
Just live stream. Oh, live stream? Yeah. Dude.
You're not even in this clip, bro. What are you talking about? You're not even present.
That's his crew.
You're out playing with swastika swords or something. You're not even in this clip.
Oh my God.
Chat, I think he's showing it on his side. You're not seeing the clip.
I played it.
Yes. Yeah. He's showing the clip.
Really,
That is the first introduction of this character onto the broadcast, and he doesn't know who the fuck I am. He just sees cameras and goes, "Oh, I would like to do interviews with this person who is famous, it seems. That was the whole point. The reason why I showed you that is because he was never a fucking fan. And then when he saw the full extent of my viewpoints, he started calling me the F slur. He's a Sneeko fan.
Hassan, in that clip, he doesn't see you. You're not there.
Ethan, he is a clout chaser and not a fan.
Fine, bro. I don't care. Who cares?
Well,
let me ask you a question.
Because
okay, very good.
You made an accusation.
Made an inference that is
oh my God, dude. You are dragging your feet on this topic, bro. It's getting ridiculous.
This is important, man.
It is ridiculous.
This clip you sent didn't prove me wrong at all. You're not there. And you were never there, Hassan. Okay, let's continue, please.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so this is an example of someone who I think is anti-Semitic. You probably agree with me on that, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. He's not a...
I think his Tourette's is more prominent when it gets triggered. That does make sense. I did notice that as well, that his... I don't want to be ableist here. This is simply an observation. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it does seem like his Tourette's is more noticeable now than it ever has been. Like in general. And I think, like, I don't want to sit here and fucking armchair diagnose, but I do believe that stress and anxiety make your tics worse when you have conditions such as Tourette's. So, he's not doing well.
A fan of yours.
I think that guy. I mean, from what I've seen, any number of different things I've seen from that dude, I think he's like a right-wing dating coach or something.
Yeah, he is. Dating Money 101, baby.
Yeah.
Just like and sub. All right, so here he is using the ADL. He accuses me of being in the ADL, and I'll play it.
Okay.
I don't know, but I heard you survived it, and I heard you survived the Holocaust.
That timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you in the ADL, bro.
The ADL?
He's
no,
trolling.
All right, so he says, I heard you're in the ADL, bro, which
he's
like,
so
obviously is
clearly trolling.
I perceive that as anti-Semitic.
Speaking of my way,
that's what you're gonna
that whole section of this debate needs its own segment.
Oh shit. We haven't even touched the wife yet. Thank you for another $5 reduce, Balthazar. I appreciate you.
Well, you said, and I'll quote a tweet that you made.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. You said, I'll quote, he worked with the ADL to make Zionists a protected class on Twitch. Now that is an outright lie.
I don't think it's an outright lie.
I worked with the ADL.
Didn't you?
Sorry. I worked with the ADL. What does that mean?
Yeah, as in like worked alongside. I don't think you're in the ADL.
Real? Oh, that's what you meant when you said I worked with the ADL. I worked beside them, just incidentally together. You didn't mean that I worked with them privately to get people banned? Of course not.
No, I do think that. I stand by that.
Didn't you say you choose your words very carefully?
Alongside the ADL
you just told me briefly ago,
concerns.
you choose your words very carefully, Hassan.
Not always. I am famously.
Oh, okay. We're walking that back. Sometimes
He just got banned for not doing that.
You work with the ADL. Here you are again repeating the lie.
He just had a spicy take.
Go ahead.
Like a month ago.
When his knows I'm not anti-Semitic and making these inferences that I am and like partnering with like the ADL and
partnering with the ADL. You want to unpack that one there, buddy?
Yeah. Again, partnering with the ADL. That is precisely what took place.
I have never spoken to the ADL, so what does that mean?
I'm not saying you directed the ADL to take
action. You know
action.
how
Well,
silly
actually, you know
you
what? I am
look.
kind of saying that. I am implying that you directed the ADL to take action. You are
that's a defamatory claim that has zero proof.
You are
and frankly, it sounds a little Jewish conspiratorial.
You worked.
So wait, Ethan, hold on. Let me get this straight. Ethan can accuse Hassan of one of his fans going after Ethan and harassing him. He can make that accusation that Hassan inspired that. But like in the same breath, right? You say that like Hassan cannot make the accusation that like, do you guys see what I'm saying? Like this is nonsensical. He's contradicting himself all over the place.
For the ADL, I wouldn't have said you worked
I have not
with
spoken
the ADL.
to the ADL.
I would have said you worked for the ADL. Now, what's interesting to me, of course, about this is
Hassan,
that you have taken
I do not
credit
work
for
with the
these
ADL.
bans.
Hassan, I do not work with the
All Hassan's claim is that Ethan Klein is a huge content creator on Twitch and on YouTube and could have inspired the ADL to force Twitch to make Zionist a thing that you cannot say or whatever. Like, or say, or what was the exact ruling on it? I forget. It's not that you couldn't say Zionist. It was not just that. Let him finish. Okay.
ADL.
You were a part of the mass smear campaign with
That
your
is not
YouTube
working with the
videos
ADL. Would you say that
falsely claimed
I got nothing to do with the ADL? Blame Frogan for doing a racist fucking panel at TwitchCon that became a viral
wasn't
story,
racist
independent of
panel,
me.
Ethan, just like cracker is not an anti-white term, except public pressure clearly works on Twitch, and they make erroneous bans when they don't want people coming after them. Twitch has
Here's Frogan repeating the same lie that she heard from you.
on numerous
This
instances.
is what she learned from you.
Everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a
So
joke.
she said I weaponized the ADL. You said I partnered with the ADL. You said I worked with the ADL, but you didn't mean that I spoke to them. You just meant that we were magically skipping along and happened to just, without even seeing each other, just working.
Dude, you're just being fucking oblivious, like, about the situation. You're not taking any accountability for the fact that you could have inspired the ADL to take this kind of action. That is not a out there take. He's such a piece of shit. I just feel like something is wrong. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe this is just who he is now. Kind of like John Fetterman. I heard about all that shit that came out about him. But, like, like, John Fetterman probably would not be the person he is right now if it were not for that fucking stroke. And I just feel like there's a similar situation going on with Ethan. And I'm not saying that absolves Ethan of what he's saying or doing, because he's being a piece of shit. And it's important to recognize that and ridicule him for it. But, like, at the same time, I'm just like, what happened, man? Ethan had no stroke. That's what I'm saying. It's almost like he did, though. This is Zionist propaganda. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't know what switch flipped in him. Funny frame to pause on. Yeah. Is Ethan pulling a bad bunny? Did he realize the left can't grift? I guess that's possible. But, like, I just don't think that that's Ethan, you know? Like, he's always been a clout chaser. Like, Ethan is among the biggest clout chasers, which is how he got to where he is. But, like, he used to weaponize clout chasing for good, like what he did to Steven Crowder or Oliver London. But now he's just like, something happened. He tried to use Hassan to sanitize his image, and it didn't work or protect him from criticism, and then October 7th happened. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to argue with you. I just am saying that I don't know if I can personally believe that. I just, like, he seemed like genuine to me. So it just, I'm going off of strictly my feelings. I can recognize that. It just makes me very upset. That's all.
Working together in perfect
I'd like
harmony
to
and
think
love,
there's a nugget
and,
of good
and,
left
and
in
by the
him.
way, I'm pretty sure you're implying that I
It's
worked
just sad.
directly
It's
with
sad.
them on this.
No, I don't think you worked
Okay, well,
directly
you
with them.
doubled down on it. You said that you do believe that, and I just want to let you know that
No,
that
I
is
don't
a
think you directly work with them. I think your goals are aligned on this. Yes, and yours
Clearly.
For Mr. Precise words, say that. Don't say you're partnered with the ADL. Do you understand? You said partnered with the ADL. Me, a Jewish man, you accuse without any
God.
evidence at all of being partnered with the ADL.
You
You're now
admitted
trying to rewrite history and say, I said you were working besides
you took ownership
them.
over
You
it.
are
What
a
are you
liar.
talking about?
You are a virulent fucking liar.
Ethan, did you or did you not take ownership over the bans?
This is rough, man.
I think, yeah, I might have. Does that mean that I'm working with the ADL?
Ethan.
Hey, Hassan, can I ask you a question? Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Party of America? Because they're also anti-Zionist. No, seriously. Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Group of America who's also anti-Zionist?
Ethan, have
Do,
I
do you
ever
work with them?
credit?
Are you affiliated with
Have I
them? Are
ever
you
taken credit
Are
for
you
an
partnered with
anti-Semitic
neo-Nazis?
incident
Or,
that the
or do
neo-Nazi
you guys happen to have
Okay,
the
wait,
same?
How is he
I'll
not-
show you.
Completely related.
Here,
Dog, you
here's a
literally
parallel
took credit
you.
for it.
Have I taken credit for
Ugh,
a
Jesus, man.
neo-Nazi anti-Semitic incident that took place? Because if the answer is yes, if neo-Nazis
Swastika sword,
actually
baby.
engaged in an action, neo-Nazis actually, not like your fucking hallucinations, something that we all agree. Like neo-Nazis did an anti-Semitic incident and I took credit for it and I said, this is awesome. I'm glad that it happened. I made numerous videos so that they would do this. Yes, you would be
I was on the
valid
tier
in
list, bro.
saying that comparison.
It was literally
especially
targeting me. I was on the tier list.
Especially
Why wouldn't I
considering-
respond?
Ethan.
I don't have to be a member of ADL to
Ethan,
respond to someone harassing me.
listen to
Are you
my
fucking
words.
This is
dumb?
insane.
Listen to my words.
I'm
Okay.
trying, but it's just.
I'm
fucking
sorry I keep
lies and
saying that,
filth
but
and,
like it is.
empty air.
From your perspective, my association as a 10-year fighter of anti-Semitism, my association from your perspective with anti-Semitism is like something that is
He
so
does. He looks
laughable
like a
that I don't even
psycho.
know how to describe.
Good.
Like you're like, oh, it's a swastika sword, but then you admit that it's not a swastika sword. That's how loose this association
It
is.
looks
But
like
on
a
the
s-
other
okay.
hand, I can't
Stupid.
say that you have worked alongside the ADL
That's not what you said.
in getting streamers
You said I'm
banned.
partnered with.
That's
Partnered
anti-Semitic.
with.
You took
You are
credit for
lying.
it, my
You are
man.
You took
rewriting. You are not
credit
taking
for it,
accountability.
man.
You said I'm partnered with the
Ethan,
ADL.
I can't take
Do
accountability
you
for
think,
your
Dude.
hallucinations.
Hassan, do you think that the normal, reasonable person
You literally fucking took credit for it, my guy. Like, this is not an unreasonable conclusion to fucking draw. The ADL pressured Twitch to do that thing they did, and you fucking took credit for it. You took, like, that's directly, there's A to B there. Like, it's very clear.
watching that will infer that we were just coincidentally working the same, or that I was working directly with them.
What do you think a reasonable
What
person
do you
would
think the
infer
average
when
person
you
would
take
conclude
credit for
from
the
saying
bans?
I'm partnered with the ADL?
What do you think a normal, reasonable person would infer?
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for, like, the employees to start quitting and then, like, give accounts of shit that happens behind the scenes. You know, like, I want to know, like, and not just for the dirt. I'm not talking about just for the dirt. I'm deeply curious if it's always been like this. Because you know he is not treating his staff well. I don't think that's going to happen. I'd be shocked. If he's not treating his staff well, that will come to light. It will. Like, somebody will leak that. You know that it'll happen. And I just, like, I need to know if something flipped in him that's different than them leaving. Sure, take the leaving out of the equation. The main thing that I want is for them to fucking start talking about what the hell's going on behind the scenes. That's what I want.
When they hear you, Ethan
you are
Klein,
literally
make
gaslighting me.
numerous
It's
videos
so
demanding
obvious what
the
you
bans
meant.
of Twitch streamers, and then after
I mean, I'd
they are
fucking
banned,
leave, but
you say
I'm not
glad that
employed
they got
there,
banned,
so.
I take credit for it. What would a normal, reasonable person infer from
I was
that?
on the tier list, dude.
What?
I was responding to them. It wasn't like a fucking like. It wasn't like I went out of my way.
He
to get
really
them
won't
banned.
shut up
I
about the tier
responded to
list.
them. I was on the tier list. But, there's been now 3 instances, I think, of, in my opinion, very credible accusations of anti-Semitism. You've accused me of hallucinating all 3 now, which is very
No, these are-
convenient.
because they're
and
not
also,
credible. We are not in agreement. These are not credible allegations of anti-Semitism. These are hysterical hallucinations of a person who desperately wants all of his critics to be anti-Semites so he can feel comfortable.
so
in the,
glad this is on
in
record.
the unique position that he has
He's
created
not
for
wrong.
himself.
I'm so glad
He's
this is on
spitting.
record. So
Yeah,
you think
I'm
that?
glad you. Yes.
So you think that the You
How
think
much
a reasonable
longer is
person would
this?
hear you say he's
I don't think we've even cracked like 2
partnered
hours.
with the ADL and not think that I was working
I think a
directly with
reasonable
them?
person will hear your own words and think that you probably worked directly inside of the ADL.
Have I ever
didn't even
mentioned the
make that
ADL?
inference.
Have I ever mentioned the ADL?
You took credit for
Did I
the
ever
ban.
mention the ADL, Hassan? Answer
It
the
doesn't
question.
matter. You took credit for the ban that
Doesn't
the ADL
matter.
pressured.
Do I ever mention the ADL in my entire fucking career?
I'm
There's a
laughing in your
clear
face, idiot. And I
Actually,
did that shit. I'll take credit for it. I fucking did that shit.
I didn't even know what they were.
I hope she gets permanently
frankly,
banned.
If you have the thing, it was even.
Thank you.
Did I ever?
It's a clip where you are saying, "I did that
Okay.
shit. I'll fucking take credit for
Who
it."
played that?
You know
Was that
who
Hassan?
Did that shit? The ADL did. You are taking credit for something that the ADL did. I'm not even making that inference. You're saying,
Well, they attacked
which
me.
one do you think? What do you think the average person would
Oh,
think
you
in
sound
this
so
situation
silly, bro.
when you are saying that you did that shit? And it's the ADL's pressure that caused these people to be banned for such a ridiculous,
I was being silly. I don't
stupid,
care.
not
Listen,
anti-Semitic thing at
listen.
all.
I was being silly. They attacked me. I responded. Do
Oh,
I
you were
know?
being
Do I know who?
silly.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well,
Oh, he's trying to play it cool. Oh, I was just being a silly little guy. No. You don't understand. See, I make jokes. I'm a jokester, a bit of a prankster, if you will. Perhaps a bit of a comedian as well. Practicing stand up, and I just was being a little cute that day, and decided to take credit for something that the ADL did, which definitely doesn't associate me with them at all, and it would be uncouth of you, and frankly a lie to say that that I was at all at all in lockstep with the fucking ADL on banning those people for no fucking reason. You have reputations of my erroneous claims that you're anti-Semitic that go to semantic nothing burgers. Convenient. Refutations. Okay. Yeah, it is really just like a whole lot of nothing. It's sad to watch.
all right, I guess we can move on then.
Well,
Now
do
you're
I
being
think I
silly.
got them banned? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah,
I
you
think
got a Jewish content creator alongside multiple Arab content creators banned off the platform for 30 days because you
There's a
cried
reason
about
they
it,
call
and
him
then the ADL
token, my
actually
friend.
reacted
You
because
spend
they saw it
time
as
being a
great
token, you're gonna
opportunity.
get
Oh my
spent.
god.
But it was just silly. Fuck them, right?
You want to
Silly.
cash in on your Jewish friends anymore? Or can we move on?
Am I what?
Yeah, they're
Would
really
you like
not
to
talking
cash
about
in on your
Israel
Jewish friends
Palestine.
more, or can we move on?
Cash in on my Jewish friends.
That's right.
It's just.
Do you know any Jewish people that aren't anti-Zionists?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not going to reveal. I don't want to. They're normies. I don't want to dox
Okay.
them.
Yeah, you're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're surrounded.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are. You're absolutely
What?
lying.
Dog, I live in West Hollywood. You think I'm not around Zionist Jews? What are you talking about?
Do you pass Jews on the street? Yes. Are you friends with?
No, I'm friends. Yes,
Okay,
I am.
Very good. I
And
don't believe
they've
you.
treated me with much more dignity than you have, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, because
surprisingly
they're
enough.
not
We
on
could
the
have a
receiving
more
end of
normal
an insane
conversation.
fucking
I could have a more
harassment
normal
campaign.
conversation with
Why
them
would they? Why
than
wouldn't
you,
they?
seemingly.
All right.
True.
So you
They would
think
most
that's
likely laugh at
just to
all of
recap?
this.
Just
if
to
they're watching.
recap here, but so we can move on. I mean,
Hopefully
did,
they are
did
watching.
the random Zionist Jews that are treated you so kindly, did they have CPS show up to their house or skulls sent to their house?
Oh my god.
Ethan, I
Dude.
didn't do that.
Ethan.
I didn't say you did that.
I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I know you
that has
don't, but
nothing
you're
to do with
acting
me.
up.
I'm not
Part
in
of your-
support of
You are a fucking internet celebrity, man. This is what you fucking signed up for. I'm sorry. Like, it's just in the contract.
Fame, power. What's more anti-Semitic than conflating the state of Israel with the core tenets of Judaism? It makes us look like genocidal maniacs with a victim complex.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. Like, I've made that point many times. Like, it doesn't, like, you're being anti-Semitic by implying that, like, Israel's mission to eradicate all the Palestinians and take their land, like, that belief is something that all Jews believe, which is not true. It is an anti-Semitic, it's literally a Nazi talking point now. Thank you for another 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate you, Saki. Very good point.
Shtick Hassan is acting obtuse when you're caught in a corner.
All right. You've dominated the conversation so far. I think we should get back to some stuff that.
I agree. Let's just summarize.
No. Look, can we just get back to
Summarize.
This is quick. It's very
you,
quick.
You see as a genocide.
I just want to put a cap on this. Just a cap.
You're
making
doing
these
the thing that I'm
inferences
so
I am,
critical of
and,
you
like,
on. Okay.
Partnering with like the ADL and
You says so. Just to put a cap on this, and we'll move on.
How did he do this? I must stress, I don't know how he possibly could have done this for 7 hours. 7 hours of this? No. I would have hung up in the first 30 minutes, and that's being generous. Like, if he comes out the gate, honestly, you'd be completely within your right to hang up in the first minute when he comes in like red hot, like that, like the opening, like he just made it clear that he is not here to talk reasonably. Like, you'd be completely justified just like hanging up right then and there. I cannot believe he sat here and wasted at a certain point. I don't think the conversation itself was a waste. I think that making it 7 hours was drawing it out far more than Ethan deserved. Like, it became a waste past like an hour, I would say.
You said I'm quote partnered with the ADL.
Oh, I can't wait.
Which you
Tuna.
now claim was just you didn't mean that I was working with them. You mean that we had the same.
Although I will grant, right, Hassan and Ethan were once very good friends. So it is possible that Hassan is still doing his damnedest to show the person that he cares about that he does care about him and wants to try to make him understand his side of things.
Same goal. Okay, very good. We'll see how that plays. Go ahead. What's your question?
That does play a role.
Okay. It's interesting because you're currently doing the thing that I'm criticizing you on.
Can I send a link to a YouTube short from Surf Times to show what Sam was talking about in his talk with H3? I will probably not. A YouTube short. What Sam was talking about? What was Sam talking? What do you mean? Just send it. We'll watch it.
Where you are looking at a situation that you recognize is a genocide.
Thank you for another
and
50.
Your only consideration and your only concern
It's not my only concern. I care about multiple things, my friend.
Yes, you can, but these are really stupid things to care about, Ethan.
I mean, that's easy for you to say. You're the one being accused of it. Let's ask the accused how serious their crime is. Fucking brilliant. O.J. Simpson, do you think that this is a serious court case?
This is crazy.
No, I don't. Well, fucking there it is. Let's let him free.
Sabra Hummus's shit tier.
Okay, what we got here?
Frankly, I think it's very difficult for me to understand how someone could have positive feelings at this time. Now, you want to say in the past and what? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I say, I will grant you at any time in your life that is too broad a statement. But wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
But see, you go in and you're making this about anti-Semitism by doing this hopscotch about a poll that people had positive feelings that Jewish people do, and then therefore he is anti-Semitic. And honestly, that type of conflation, I think, is so dangerous and so disingenuous. Frankly,
no, it's great. Yeah, I watched that whole thing with Sam Cedar in my own time. That was Sam Cedar, much like Hassan is doing now, very much kept his cool, but also he gave no grief and took no shit. You know what I mean? Like, really, people are trying to reach Ethan, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for on account of Ethan.
Is akin to O.J. Simpson killing someone.
No, obviously not.
Then why are you bringing up
Sabra Hummus's fucking there it is. Let's let him free.
Sabra Hummus's shit tier is akin to O.J. Simpson killing someone.
No, obviously not.
Then why are you bringing up stupid fucking
because
parallels?
You are saying that the accused, right, can dictate how serious the accusations are.
Okay. All right, Ethan.
I'm partnered with the ADL. Remember what you said. You have in the past
talked about your pro-Palestinian bona fides. You have talked about how you gave my fundraiser. What?
Sorry, what do you mean by bona fides?
Like you've claimed that you are a stalwart ally of the Palestinian cause.
Correct.
You tried to also say this to Sam Cedar as well.
That's the other thing. Like, he's so disingenuous whenever he talks about like caring about the Palestinian cause or calling what Israel is doing a genocide. Like, I don't know why he sticks to those talking points. I really don't. Like, at this point, you might as well just surrender that too. You don't give a shit about Palestinians. You may have at one point, but you certainly don't now. Because every time somebody tries to talk to you about it and explain to you that like your rhetoric has been harmful and damaging, All you fucking want to do is talk about Hassan. Oh my God, Hassan did this. Frogan did that. Did you see the tier list? Did I show you the hummus tier list? That's crazy. Look at, they put me in the F tier with Ben Shapiro because we're both Jewish. Like, you don't give a shit, man. If you did, you would drop this. Drop it. It's embarrassing. A grown fucking man.
You brought forward the fact that you had given $6,500 in your context puke that you did as a further indication that you are pro-Palestinian, even though you then turned around and actually criticized additional fundraisers that had taken place, like the Creators for Palestine charity that generated $1.3 million, including the fundraiser that you
Nobody's
initially
above
given
criticism.
$6,500 to as a reason for why you were such a staunch ally. Why did you turn around and say that pro-Palestinian fundraisers are actually completely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things and completely useless? Do you think that pro-Palestinian charities are simply there to make yourself feel like you're pro-Palestine? Do you feel like $6,500 was enough for you to spend the rest of the year actively deplatforming pro-Palestinian content
People
creators?
harassing me?
What?
I'll answer your question.
All right.
So I claimed when talking about
There's a genocide actively occurring, but did you know this sword from an anime that a Weebot kind of looks like a swastika? Yeah, exactly. Thank you for another 50 bits.
By the way, this is something I criticize you for, which is being obtuse, mischaracterizing arguments, and basically just being a prolific liar. So here's what the conversation was about, right?
I got to find a stopping point soon.
I was talking about how when you're talking about activism, raising money isn't the most important thing because it can only do so much. There's other ways to do effective activism, like protesting, et cetera, working with Palestinian organizations. So I'm just saying, my point was not
but
that.
You wanted me to be deplatformed as a
Let me
virulent
finish.
anti-Semite, and I've done all of those things.
My point was that not that raising money is bad or dumb or pointless, as you erroneously claim I said. My point was that it's not the most effective thing in the world, and there's other things. It's probably like the least effective form of
raising money. No, money is like the fucking universal unit of exchange. You can get fucking anything you want if you have enough money. Raising money is a very effective form of activism. It always has been, and to claim otherwise is insane. Like, yeah, I'm sure you could make some weird argument that, like, other forms of activism are better in some circumstances, sure. And it's not the be-all, end-all. Like, you still need volunteers, and, like, everybody has their part to play. It's not all... it's not the only thing that matters, but like it does matter. Like money, you need money. Like what? This is insane.
Of advocacy you can do. That was my opinion.
I don't think that's the case.
Why would you downplay fundraising?
What's not the case? What I said or what I claim?
No, your claim is wrong in terms of the fundraisers not being important.
That's fine.
So we've established
that's crazy that you would say that.
We've established that you claim to be pro-Palestine, and yet you've spent all of the genocide coverage criticizing people,
attacking people that harass
fundraising.
No, you don't understand. He's doing the tanky argument that charity is liberal BS. Ethan actually horseshoe theoried himself. What? No. I understood his argument. But, like, you can't... No, I understood. I don't think that my retort was, like... I think my retort was appropriate. Like, I think that I responded appropriately to what Ethan said, like his claim about fundraising not being the most effective form of activism. Like, I know that's a tanky talking point as well. Like, oh, fundraising is liberal bullshit. Like, I know that. But I don't know if he's purposefully being, like, a tanky. He's just using that same talking point. But I do feel I addressed it appropriately. It's just very silly to insinuate that, like, fucking raising money is not an important step in any, like, literally any endeavor. Like, anything that, not even just, like charity or, helping Palestinians or any other cause. It's not even just for like charitable causes like that. It's for anything. You need money to do fucking anything anymore. Like it's like step 0 of activism. It's just insane to suggest that it's not important. Thank you very much for another 50. I was trolling a bit because Ethan's supposed to help a lib. Supposed to be a lib. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you for another 50 anyway.
Creating, working with Palestinian organizations.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ethan does nothing. Good point.
Interviewing Palestinians from Gaza.
Hassan, being an advocate for Palestine does not absolve you of criticism. Stop with the silliness.
He never said that it doesn't, or that it does.
Criticisms are ridiculous. My point I'm trying to make
I mean, that's kind of up to other people to decide.
Your criticisms are in your own mind. Like you have hallucinated an alternative reality.
By the way, gaslighting, anti-Semitic trope. This is what
anti-Semitic
dog whistles are. You whistle to other people, and you have it's subtle enough.
I can't wait for him to pop off.
Plausible deniability, so that when you
I gotta go until he pops off like a little bit. I just need a little bit of the sauce. Just
get
a little.
accused of being
just
anti-Semitic, you can call the accuser crazy, which is exactly what you're doing. You're a fucking anti-Semite, and you've been caught out 3 different times, calling me crazy for very viable, very credible examples of anti-Semitism that you should at least be able to admit are at least not insane, maybe a misunderstanding, but not insane. But no, according to you, they're all hallucinations. So go ahead and tell me why you're not dog whistling.
Because people having an issue with your statements.
This is rough.
And with your coverage on, as a prominent content creator with a relatively progressive audience, your coverage has entirely focused on your own personal feelings and a lot of misplaced paranoia from people who are criticizing you.
There you go, dog whistle.
You literally think that
we got a whistle soundbite every time he calls me paranoid or hallucinating.
That's not the case.
Whistle?
I used to like you. I don't know anymore. And I don't think it's because of anti-Semitism.
Well, I know. I definitely don't like you.
After doing a podcast
let me
for
stand
2
on
years.
business and say I think you're a terrible person and a liar, and I don't like you at all.
I know. I still wish you well. I do. I wish you well, and I really do hope.
I wish everybody well. Everybody, be well.
No, not it.
All right, let's move on. You got it. You want any more? Call me crazy or hallucinating again? Is that all you got?
Need to do that. I think you're doing that all on your own.
We'll see.
To be fair.
Yeah, we'll see. So do you want to tell me what is your evidence that I work with or talk to or have any association with at all with Destiny?
What? Destiny?
What? What? The guy that I talk about fucking obsessively 100 times a day? That is like basically like the Antichrist, the Lord Voldemort in my community? Yeah, you accuse me of working with him.
Why are we talking about Destiny
knowing him,
now?
talking to him. What is your evidence for that?
Thank you for asking. Not only is there video footage of you corresponding with someone in your Discord that literally aligns perfectly with Destiny's own Discord, offering clips for you to pull.
That sounds like a stretch.
You've also used clips that are unlisted called hasanabi when making arguments about my virulent anti-Semitism from a unlisted link that came from a Destiny fan account.
So that's your proof that I work with Destiny.
What's relevant is your.
You gonna stay this time? Nope. Turd.
Constant coordination with Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman, who you featured on your context nuke. So yeah, I don't think it's.
Who's waiting for the Taliban to clip chimp the fuck out of Hassan? The Taliban? What does that refer to? Oh, Destiny, the Taliban. I got it. Yeah, probably. No, for sure. Thank you for another 50.
It's that ridiculous of a fucking assertion to make, especially when considering the fact that you have been corresponding with Dan Saltman, and you did, and he is Destiny.
I think the whole point of this was to get Hassan to slip up, say something stupid, and get him banned from Twitch. No, I don't know if Ethan is in like the frame of mind to like have that kind of masterful ploy. And even if he did going into it, it's clearly like personal. This is too emotional for him to be planning that. Like I said, even if he came into this with that plan, like he's not headed that direction. He's strictly trying to get a dunk. He just wants dunks. He just wants clips. He wants dunks. He wants drama.
Destiny's podcast co-host and the what does he call himself?
Calls himself the Taliban?
The
Jesus.
general of the Hezbollah, I think that's what they call themselves. The Taliban and the Hezbollah, their mass harassment operations
how the fuck
that
would
they
I know?
engage in.
So
yeah, I think that is not a ridiculous fucking claim to make at all.
It's actually insane, and it's a really convenient way of discrediting me when I've never
No, I
spoken
think you're
to,
doing
worked
enough
with,
to discredit
talked about
yourself all
Destiny
on
in
your
my
own. I don't
life.
need to bring that up.
It's a really nice way of you. You know what? I think you're hallucinating, buddy.
Okay.
I think you are you pulled a meme from his subreddit once. And
No,
and
that's not-
there
that's
was a
not the
guy
only
in your
reason. Did I bring
Discord
that
that's
up?
also in his Discord. I think you're
didn't say any of those
hallucinating.
things.
You sound fucking unhinged, dude. Are you crashing out, Hassan?
Ethan, I didn't say that.
Hassan, are you crashing
gave
out?
you-
Yeah,
Do you have
clearly.
friends who are
reason.
aware
I
of
wish
the
he would.
condition and can help you?
It
get
is
the help
time
you
for the
need?
crash out. You are overdue, Hassan.
Okay, Ethan.
Let's go.
You're delusional.
You featured Destiny's
This is a
podcast
warranted crash
co-host
out
I said
moment.
he
you
discovered the
correspond
IP
with.
ban. Is that not true? I said Dan Saltman discovered the IP ban. That's all I said. I didn't endorse. I didn't. All I said is he discovered the IP ban. Is that true? Is that materially true?
I don't
My Ethan has a crush on Hassan. Theory remains solid. Damn. White girls and their ships. Am I right?
think so.
It is.
I think
It is.
someone in Destiny's community did, but it's fine. Yeah, you brought that up.
Man, for an anti-Semite, it's weird to know this anti-Semite defended Ethan for so long. Up until the content nuke. Maybe Ethan's also an anti-Semite and Hassan's faking the beef to boost their numbers. Wait, what? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, none of it makes any sense. It doesn't add up. Thank you for another 50. He posted him on Valentine's Day. Okay, I mean, you know, solid evidence. What do we got here? For a hot second, I thought you just got me banned. I'm like, what the fuck? If ever in doubt about who is the obsessed one, remember Ethan posted a song in a bathtub on Valentine's Day. Fine, I accept my role as #1 player hater. This 40-year-old man made his girlfriend take a thirst trap of him on Valentine's Day while keeping her a secret, so he can fulfill the fantasies of his pathetic, vapid obsessors while wearing non-prescription glasses in the tub. What? He's not well. He's obsessed. It does appear as though he is fetishizing his hatred of Hassan quite a bit. Like, it's bizarre. It's not normal human behavior by any stretch. It comes off as an unaddressed crush. A little bit. No, I see it. I see it. Yeah, okay. When you put it that way, Tina, you know what? Like I said, you're always right. Sorry I doubted you.
Well, how is that an endorsement?
Ethan, are you claiming that
Ethan?
you don't
Is
have
this what
direct
you do whenever you're
correspondence
trying to
with
avoid
Dan Saltman?
Ethan?
You're very good at
Hassan,
convincing me.
Are you hallucinating?
Ethan,
Hassan?
do you not correspond?
But I maintain that Fahrenheit is still the superior method of measuring the weather. I'm sorry, like, I'm not moving away from that. Fahrenheit is the superior method of measuring the weather. It is 0 to 100. Your wife disagrees? Okay. Well, I don't care. My wife disagrees with me on, like, many things. You lose? Well, okay. Well, that's your opinion. I think, listen. No. 0 is really fucking cold. 100 is really fucking hot. It is a scale of 0 to 100. Okay? That is intuitive. If it is 80 degrees, if you want to set up a fucking debate on this, we can. Celsius objectively better? For most things, I agree that Celsius is better. Okay? You want to take your body temperature in Celsius, you want to take a chemical in Celsius, great. Good stuff. Okay? That's fine. But I'm sorry, for the weather, If it's 0, I'm freezing my ass off. If it's 100, I'm sweating my ass off. A scale of 0 to 100 is intuitive and makes sense. And if it's below 0, that means it's really fucking cold. Okay? And if it's above 100, that means it's really fucking hot. And you probably shouldn't even go outside in both cases. So, I want this to be... No, you didn't! I don't... Okay, fine. Show me the clips. Show me the receipts. You think that you did. I disagree. I think that I'm correct on this. I'm speaking strictly for weather and, like, room temperature. I look at my thermometer. It's 68. You know what that means? On a scale of 0 to 100 for how fucking cold it is in my room or how fucking hot it is, with hot being at the 100 side, it is 68 of those. Okay? Not too hot, not too cold, slightly on the hotter side. Okay? 68 is worthless? You're right. I should turn it up to 69. That's a good number. Anyway, I don't want to get stuck on this too long. I need to go soon, so we're going to continue.
With Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman.
I've talked to Dan Saltman, but also I don't think that that's Destiny, is it?
Yeah, no, that's just his podcast co-host and is perfectly aligned with him and uses his community to brigade and also has literally tried to blackmail people in Destiny's own community.
I don't really fucking care because that's not Destiny, is it?
Sex crimes that he did.
Man,
do you feel
you
like
are
that's
really
a good person to align with? That you
I'm
now
not endorsing
openly
him. I'm not endorsing him at all. I just said I've spoken to him.
Dude, you align with all these fucking people. You're on their side.
Have you ever spoken to somebody you don't endorse? I mean, what kind of silly bullshit are we doing here?
That is, yes.
Well,
I
there
speak
you
to
go.
people I
Oh my
don't
God,
endorse.
dude.
I'm speaking to one right
Dude,
now.
you talk to Dan Saltman. You're...
Dude, I would never, ever, ever, unironically take like a meme.
295.18k seems pretty pleasant while 273.15 is frigid. Intuitive to me to just use Kelvin.
I mean, if that's intuitive for you, that's your thing. I don't see how that's intuitive at all. But thank you very much for another 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Appreciate you. Ethan's a boy kisser confirmed. Kelvin best. What was I saying? I forget. Hold on, let me rewind a little bit.
Fucking outed as a... into somebody you don't endorse? I mean, what kind of silly bullshit are we doing here?
That is,
yeah, so what I was saying was, like, if Ben Shapiro posted a clip or video of somebody, like, that I don't like, I wouldn't go around, like, sharing a fucking meme or clip or whatever. Like, I don't know, like, it just seems weird. Like, why I would hesitate to repost or endorse anything that Ben Shapiro ever posts. Like, even if I agree with Ben Shapiro, I wouldn't be like, you know what, I don't like Ben Shapiro, but I do agree with him on this point. Like, I just, like, why would I emphasize that I am endorsing this person's position that I don't like? Like, I just, like, don't do that.
You go,
people I
oh my
don't
God,
endorse.
dude.
I'm speaking to one right
Dude,
now.
you talk to Dan Saltman. You're fucking outed as a Destiny's best friend.
Ethan, you're the one who admitted that just now. You
I
also
said I've
brought
spoken
forward,
with Dan Saltman, not that I'm a Destiny collaborator, which is what you claim, which is an outright, pathetic, provably wrong lie. And this is part
He's
of your
so drama
disinformation
pilled.
campaign.
He's
to
OD'd on the drama
delegitimize
pills.
my
I don't think I
points
need to
without ever
delegitimize
having
you
to
by
address
associating you
them.
with
And isn't
Destiny.
that convenient? You never have to address anything I say because you can just say, Ethan's friends with Destiny. Ethan's hallucinating.
He's
Ethan,
addressed
I
everything
don't
you've
think
said.
I didn't bring up Destiny. You did. And
Yeah,
also,
because you lied about me for 2 years working with them.
2 years.
That's right. Hassan, listen.
For
Ethan,
2 years?
This is kind of embarrassing. to
Year and a
admit,
half.
But I defended you both to my community and in general because I thought that you were a lot more open-minded until pretty
What
much
have we disagreed on?
the December of
What have we
2024.
disagreed on? I'm
What?
sorry. What am I not open-minded about? What have we disagreed on, Hassan, other than me criticizing you and your friends? What have I said against the Palestinian people? Go ahead.
What we
I
are
used to watch
disagreeing on
leftovers, man. This is
what you choose to focus on.
I never thought it would come to
That
this.
seems
What you think
significant.
is the major point of contention here.
Well, that's first of all, I'm what I choose to focus on is certainly something you can
A little
critique.
frivolous.
But does that justify like lying about me continually for a year and a half just because you don't like where I'm focused? That seems immaterial.
Lying about what?
About me being
good
Destiny
question.
fan, about hallucinating, sweeping for your anti-Semitic friends, lying about context, saying that my video's out of context without watching it. Hassan,
I heard from every
Do you
credible
feel like
source
your
that that video
wasn't
was
out
shit.
of context? Wasn't a clip
Absolutely not.
compilation of a 2-hour sequence of
Ethan once dunks, but like he's kind of dunking himself. Also, what have I said right now about Palestinians? Literally nothing. You've been obfuscating. Yeah, you're not even like talking about the real fucking issues. Thank you for another 50. Hello, Maggie. Welcome in. I'm probably going to be ending soon, but I'll try to go a little bit longer. I'm probably not going to get any of the sauce of Hassan giving us a nice boisterous yell at Ethan, but I guess we'll have to get that next time. I really do want to cover all of this. Like, I want the sauce. We kind of have a backlog of content to upload to YouTube anyway, so, like, I have time. I could just sit here for 3 goddamn streams and just cover all this.
out of context clips?
2 streams,
you want to do
probably.
this? What's out of context?
Okay.
Name one thing. Go ahead, read the chat. Someone will send you on Discord.
No. I have it.
That's what I'm
readily
saying,
available.
Maggie.
Well, I'll wait.
Like, I know that they were friends, but, like, if I were Hassan, he'd be feeling my fucking wrath. I'd be spitting fucking fire at him. There'd be no stopping me.
One of the major points.
Maybe Hassan's
that
just a
you
better
made
man than I
that
am.
I've seen through other people's coverage of it so far is that I deny rapes happening on October 7. Okay, that I deny rapes happening on October 7. There's a clip of you when you first encounter that statement where you are actually understanding of my position until your wife stops you and says, that's inappropriate. You literally say, oh, he's saying the likelihood of rapes happening does not justify genocide, which you agree a genocide is happening. Ever since then, though, months later, you still chose to use that
Her name is
clip
Hila,
that
by the way,
14
Hassan.
seconds
I
long
don't
out
know
of
why you
context.
referred to her as my wife. I find that a little chauvinistic, Frank.
I refer to Katie as my wife all the time. And I refer to, like, that's not. He really is just like a professional nitpicker, isn't he? That's crazy.
Frankly, you know who she is. You know her well. You've begged for Teddy Fresh from her many times. So, like, yeah, you know who she is.
Okay,
You've written her
Hila.
emails asking for clothing. Her name is Hila.
Mm-hmm. That's, I mean, yeah, that's
so
fine.
why don't you say that?
Okay.
Why, who goes, oh, your wife? Like, she's not. She has no. She's just like
Normal
Was it-
people
can you
all the
respond
time?
to what I was saying?
Yes,
Why
absolutely.
is
With
it-
with
why
great
is it
pleasure, I will
that-
respond.
Why is it that you
Because
initially
Hassan,
understood the full
that was
context
one.
until Hila stopped you and said,
Very good.
no,
He said it. I'll answer. Would you like me to answer? That's
Okay, never mind. I was going to say this is a case of he knows where this is going and he's scared. He's projecting. I think he still is projecting, by the way. Like, I think that he's scared of Hassan's questions. Because he's not really addressing them at all.
one example of many. Seeing your response in the totality of all the responses shows that you do deny the rapes that happened on October
In the
7th.
totality of all my responses.
In fact, you had promised me, and I know you would never lie to me, that you would watch the context puke with me. So why don't we pull up that bit there, and we can see how out of context it is.
Boom, do it.
Great. Someone pulling that, Dan? How you doing?
Okay.
I'm waiting for the link. You good?
Am I? Oh yeah, I'm great. I don't think this is going the way you perceived it to be going, but
Sure.
I don't either.
I mean, you're reading your chat. Do you
I'll
think
be
that's the
honest
most
with you. I
accurate
was
way
gonna
to...
be. I was thinking about being a lot more stern.
Wait, the fact that you assumed that like Hassan read his chat and derived that opinion because of his chat speaks volumes. That's not how I derive my opinions. I disagree with my fucking chat all the time. That's like, I don't know. Like, Ethan's brain's cooked.
Initially, but this has turned into the last conversation that we had where I am trying to gently nudge you in the direction of sanity.
This is
And
nice. I'm
Ethan,
glad I
want
decided
you
to
really
crochet while I do
understand.
this.
You're crazy. You're crashing out. You're hallucinating, my friend. Come sit over here. You know what I mean? Ignore the swastika. Ignore the accusations of working with the ADL with no credibility. Ignore the tier list with fucking Ben Shapiro and Ethan. Come sit here. You're hallucinating. Oh, thank you so much for, you know what? Thank you, Hassan. That's so kind of you. How fucking genuine of you to take off the baby gloves. You fucking liar.
I mean, this is the baby.
You are a
gloves.
prolific liar, bro. Where's
He thinks Hassan is obsessed with him. Yeah. It's classic projection, right? Like, because he's obsessed with Hassan, he assumes that Hassan, the object of his obsession, is in turn obsessed with Ethan, because Ethan sees himself as the center of the universe right now.
Where's the link?
So of course everybody's paying
Just
attention to him.
Control F for.
The reason, for the record, the reason why I don't.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Thank you for another $5 dues, Belazar. Appreciate you.
Like to bring Gila into
He
the
keeps bringing up the
conversation
fucking tier
because
list.
I'm addressing my concerns with you, and I don't think that it's appropriate for me to, you know.
Oh wait, I get the joke. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Yeah. He's like, why did you say my wife? Or your wife? And then Hassan's like, I mean Gila. And he's like, you keep your wife's name out of my fucking mouth. It wouldn't have shocked me that much at this point.
Extend the
Well,
lens of criticism
I
to
mean,
other
that's
people.
a little silly considering you're like, well, actually, it was Hila who influenced your opinion, the evil IDF lady.
Okay.
Anyway.
While we're waiting for the clip.
No, I got it.
Well, okay.
Violent.
He's
rapes
cook. Oh
that
no, he's
took
about to
place,
cook
that
something
is
crazy.
Way beyond the pale.
I'm gonna grab another soda, but I'm hearing you.
That was the most okay. You want to go there tone I've ever heard. Oh no.
There is one instance in captivity.
Chair react.
That we have.
I'm not gonna let you chair react to me, buddy. You grab that Dr.
listening.
Pepper. I'll wait.
No, I said I'm listening
He's
to
still
you.
fucking
Don't worry.
listening.
I was just grabbing another soda. Go ahead.
On the pale.
He can hear you on the fucking speakers, man.
Is that a?
There is one instance.
Did you put a
in
Hamas
captivity.
headband on me?
I sure did.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people
It's true,
still run
yeah.
with it over and over and over again.
Many young people who are simply
That could have. I don't know the statistics. That could have very well been true. Like, I don't know, but I trust Hassan more than I trust Ethan. So, like, clearly, like, at this point, I don't feel that it's bad faith to trust Hassan over Ethan. Ethan has shown that he is not a trustworthy actor in this conversation. So I'm taking Hassan's word for it.
attending a music festival.
He doesn't deserve my good
Women
faith.
were horribly raped.
I can't see myself, by the way, if you're showing
As
my
I said
reaction.
Oh,
then,
you're
yesterday,
giggling. You're
Israel
giggling.
has
It's so
a right-
funny.
has a
No,
right
I'm
to
not
defend
giggling.
itself.
I'm
What
cringing.
rapes
sure are.
Bro, what rapes did Hamas do?
That
What
was
are you talking
cringy.
about?
What
rapes did
The
Hamas
Stop
do?
Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week is
No. That was cringing. No, that was an appropriate response. Because all Kamala wants to talk about, all she wanted to talk about was, oh my God, did you hear about October 7th? Did you know that a woman was raped on October 7th? Like, all she fucking wants to talk about. And it's like, dude, read the fucking room. Your entire constituency is screaming from the rooftops at you, hey, talk about the genocide. And you know what? Let's talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about how many fucking people have been raped by the IDF. Okay? Like, literally taken, I'm fairly sure, like, there have been reports of, like, videos taken of them doing that, right? Like, shooting people, shooting aid workers in the fucking heads. Laughing about sniping children. Like, you really want to go there, man? October 7th was one day. And it was like, I'm sorry, like it pales in comparison. It simply does. You can say you care about both, and it's valid to care about both, okay? October 7th should not have happened. But if you don't recognize that it's a direct result of Israeli occupation in Palestine, you've lost the plot. Okay? Like, they're not comparable. They're not comparable. We cannot pretend they are.
Also been hallucinating rapes.
That's why he cringed.
Doing rape fantasies once again because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed.
That's something you go to a lot. You notice that?
What?
Call people mentally ill. Find that odd. Probably should revise that. I don't know if that's kosher for leftist values.
Horrific
I'm
acts
not
of
exactly,
sexual violence.
you know,
and
I'm not exactly doing a lot of stuff
He's
that's
edgy.
kosher for leftist values in general.
Oh, okay,
but
so
I don't really...
you have no problem.
Don't forget the TikTok trend after October 7th where Israelis would kidnap Palestinians and torture them. Yeah, it's insane. Like, to pretend like these are at all comparable is crazy. Thank you for 10 biddies.
Weaponizing mental health.
Yeah, when someone is hallucinating, I think it's
Oh,
appropriate.
yeah,
to
I
say
remember that, Tina.
Yeah.
By your authority, I will decide who's hallucinating. Hassan. Watch this.
Horrific acts of sexual violence.
Ethan.
And took.
Hassan, I am so sorry. You promised that we would watch this. I pulled it up. Now sit silently and enjoy.
I got the point. You're saying that like you're showing clips of me. You're showing clips of me saying that someone
women
is
and girls,
Wait,
and
what?
boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other.
That's so uncharitable. That's insane. Like, anybody with 2 brain cells knows what he meant by that. He's not saying that the people who were raped on October 7th do not matter. Okay? That's not what he's saying. He's saying in the greater context of the conflict. I always say conflict. Why do I say conflict? The fucking genocide. Okay? Happening over there. It's like when you hyper focus on that, you don't give a shit about the rape. You don't care. You just love Israel. Like you fucking love Israel. Okay? That's all it is. You love the genocide. That's what you're indicating. Okay? You can say here you can sit here and say like until the cows come home, you know, like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally like in favor of Palestinian rights and I don't like the genocide that Israel's committing. But like also, have you heard about October 7th? Have you heard about this? October 7th happened and it was really fucked up. And like, yeah, it was fucked up. Shouldn't have happened. But you know what? If you don't recognize that Israel is the primary inspiration for that event, like, again, you've simply lost the plot. You don't know what you're talking about. You just are simping for Israel and doing Zionist propaganda. Okay? Like, you're one step away. All you got to do is drop the line that Israel's committing a genocide, and then, like, ADL will scoop you up. That's all you got to do. And I won't be surprised if and when it does happen.
Part of this problem that many people that can't contend with, like.
Are you on Ethan's side or Hassan's side with this whole thing? Bro, you are so gross. Jaded ass take defending rape. Fuck you. In fact, you know what? You want to come on and say that to my fucking face? Hop on my Discord. Go on. Be a big man. Bob. Let's have it. Everything's on hold for you, buddy. What happened? So I'm looking at YouTube chat right now. I'm being accused of defending rape by a man known as Bob. You have exactly 5 minutes.
I can't believe how quickly leftists go from believe all women to pics or it didn't happen. There you go, Hassan. What do you
Pics or
got?
it didn't happen. Great commentary, by the way. Okay, so
I mean, it's pretty apt.
okay, so let's talk about it. You did actually. I'm surprised. You did actually show the my findings on the UN committee report that came out. That was
The one that you misrepresent. I'll continually.
I did not
You fucking
misrepresent the UN
continually lie about the
report.
conclusion.
I gotta find a stopping point. I gotta stop
misrepresent
soon.
about the UN
Go
preliminary
ahead. You tell
report?
me.
I'm giving it 8 more
tell me
minutes.
what it said.
I am 40 minutes over what I said I would do. I've got to get food and feed my wife and have a night with my wife. It is so late.
The UN preliminary report was
She's been sleeping
not
all
an
day, though.
investigative report.
So,
Like, for example, the investigative report that came out about Israel's systematized sexual assaults that was 49 pages long.
Horrible. What a horrible thing that was.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Unironically.
Absolutely.
Just unacceptable.
The level of evidence in a preliminary report is only enough to actually create an
clock's
actual
ticking,
investigation.
Bob.
The problem is Israel has denied.
I await
an
your
actual
response with
investigation
great
to take place.
anticipation.
Israel has told the United Nations
I haven't
that they are
forgotten.
not allowed to do an actual investigation and to simply listen to what they have to say. Now, not only is Israel,
There are
you know,
literally
let's be real.
women who have said,
do you
"I
feel
was
like the Israeli
raped."
government lies?
oh yeah, true. She does
I
have
mean,
a
all
name.
governments lie. I'm not going to defend
I
Israel.
agree.
Though.
I
You
agree.
said
But
you said
Israel-
Sorry for being
there's
misogynist.
women that
A lot,
come out and
right?
said I was raped.
What?
There are women on the record, on video, saying I was raped.
Like you're saying,
Okay.
wait, you're saying there are multiple women that are on the record saying I was raped. There is,
Correct.
as far as I understand, one
Well, you should look-
instance in
Well, of
captivity. It is
course,
not
as far as you understand,
systematized
because you don't
mass
give a
rape
fuck about the
directed by
reality,
Hamas.
the reality of it.
What?
Well, of course, that's as far as you can conclude because you don't give a.
So it was like one rogue guy. Like, yeah, that happens. Okay, you get assholes in your military, and then they do shit like that. Like it happens in the fucking American military all the time. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that it happens. And like honing in on like this one instance when Israel is doing all this shit that they're doing. I'm sorry. Like I'm not saying that rape doesn't matter. I'm not saying that instance does not matter. I hope that woman gets the help that she needs. Okay? It's a horrific thing that asshole did to her. And I hope he rots. But at the same time, I can recognize in the grand scheme of things, that was one rogue guy. Okay? Like, I'm not defending Hamas. Okay? Like, but you have to understand that Hamas is a reactionary organization to Israel's fucking apartheid. They're genocide. Yeah. It's pretty A to B for me.
Well, fuck about the truth.
Good night, James.
Wait,
You just want to do propaganda, remember?
Ethan.
Bob, you have 2 minutes.
Hassan, please calm down.
Bob, you have less than 2 minutes before I ban you.
You're getting worked up.
I don't know why you're
Whoa,
behaving
whoa.
in such a childish manner when we are actually
I am
talking
not.
about finally some serious stuff. Okay?
Well, you know. Okay.
In terms of the UN preliminary report and the findings, okay, there is a clear-cut lack of evidence for any forensic examination to take place due to the incompetence of the Israeli government and specifically the organization Zakah that spent most of its time in the immediate aftermath of October 7 taking bodies out of body bags and putting them into Zakah branded body bags. This was reported by Haaretz as well. They polluted the evidence pool. Okay? That's number one. Number two, numerous people that came out and offered eyewitness testimony
1
have
minute, Bob.
since then been discredited.
Let's have it.
Also, according to Haaretz reporting.
Which article?
Power.
If you wanted to truly crush Hamas, you'd give Palestinians rights and a voice in the Knesset. Hamas can't do shit if the Palestinians aren't being oppressed.
Yeah, exactly. They only have power right now because, like, where the fuck else are people going to turn? Like, there's exactly one organization fighting against the Israeli genocide, and that's Hamas. So, like, yeah, of course they're going to be like, yeah, I love fucking Hamas. So it's better than Israel, which it is. I mean, like, it's not wrong. It's also a direct result of Israel. You know, Israel funded them back in the day, mind you. So, like, there's that. I just don't fucking care. Like, I don't care. You cannot convince me to care that much. Like, I'm sorry. Like, October 7th does not justify a genocide. It doesn't justify bombing children to bits. Okay? Like, it's disgusting what's happening over there. And Netanyahu is all about it. You know, so like this is really weird to say like, oh, I can care about more than one thing at a time. All you're saying is that you think that October 7th is equivalent to the fucking genocide. Which it's not. It's a reaction to the genocide. It would have never fucking happened if it weren't for the genocide, mind you. Okay? Maybe Israel shouldn't have started this shit. Then it wouldn't have happened. You know what would have prevented October 7th? If Israeli hadn't been doing a genocide in Palestine. I'm just saying. Exactly, Guitar Rocker. Okay, Bob, you have one last chance. You're now a minute over, but I'm a gracious person. So, you know, fuck you. You're not replying. You're probably already gone. Fuck you. You're banned.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.